Stop by doing it.
Dan, could you grab that those shades or Clint? Could you just fins up, please? Give the sun out.
Or
Yeah, so they're blaming like Roger and Trump and stuff, but even this article on CNBC is basically saying the revenue's not there. That's ultimately why they made the decision.
Of course, yeah, they could have nipped in the bud right the very first time it happened.
With Kaepernick?
Yeah, the other way. Thank you.
He's a terrible commissioner. He's just everything he. You remember all the rules? Remember that one guy that beat his girlfriend in the.
In the elevator.
It took him 6 months before he did it.
The guy from the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, there was no.
Oh yeah.
He clobbered her,
But
man.
it took him 6 months before.
Didn't he knock her? He knocked her out.
Oh yeah.
And then he dragged her out.
He had that video for 6 months.
Yeah.
I think that's not there. He knew about it and he tried to put her on the media. Got
I don't know if it was 6 months, but it was like 4.
Oh, and he said no, but didn't he say? Well, we might have had it, but we never watched it.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it yet.
Something weird, yeah. Geez, that's crazy.
Within the next 2 years, and then the pre-approval of your
And then it's just because everybody jumped on him.
So Tom doesn't think the Roseanne thing will ever blow over. You guys think? I'm saying like 5 years from now, do you think she'll ever have another show or never ever?
No. Today's world, everything lives on forever.
But I bring up Mel Gibson.
That was a different time.
That was
also
a hell of a rant.
No, it was a different circumstance.
Hundreds of people did lose their jobs.
He was also drunk.
Oh, that's
and he
true.
apologized and he made Passion of the Christ. So he got a pass, man. He just got a pass. Whether you like
Was
it.
Passion of the Christ after that?
Before that.
That was
Passion of Christ was before that.
That was a good movie. And it was crazy.
But he had a Christian backing. It mattered.
Okay.
He had a backing.
Jeez, I bet someone picks it up though, like Hulu or something.
No, they're not even streaming it anymore.
No one.
This morning it came out that
It's over.
Even
No,
reruns
man,
have been taken off.
people are so afraid. So afraid.
I bet she makes quite a bit out of her Android defense, though.
Oh, jeez, I don't know, Clint. It's got to be.
Yeah, but here's the deal.
It's got to be inside of you
That's
somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
right. Even if Ambien may be
Yeah.
Are you seeing those people that Tourette's syndrome?
You're right. Damn it.
Yeah, but they don't yell the N-word.
Absolutely they do. That's a big thing.
That's a whole.
I've never.
That's what
Oh,
she shouldn't have went with the Ambien. She should have went with the new case
You know
of
what? Then I disagree. I think it has to be in a movie to yell it out. Something's got to.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, they
there's
say
nothing
that,
sailor
they
about
say
the N-word. There's nothing sailor about the word shit. I mean, something has to be repeated. Tourette syndromes, they don't just.
Yeah, but if they're always
to make up words that we have in our vernacular.
But if they're always told it's bad, the only reason they might be saying it is because it's bad, not that they feel that way.
First of all, most Tourette's, they don't say words.
They just twitch.
I actually, 12 years ago, hired a guy that had
Yeah.
that syndrome. Seriously.
Did he cuss?
Yeah.
It's tics and vocalization.
Most of the time, what would set him off is something you said it, and then he would repeat it. Bam, 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 bam.
That's right. That's exactly right. It's a repetition of something, or
It's a good argument to make.
It's a spectacular argument.
no, but it's not inside that.
I think it was almost months later, it was still on her phone. Then he called the police. The police, I'm not positive if it was, he said the sheriff's department in Pueblo County. But Pueblo also has a police department. But in any case, both of those agencies are moronic idiots who very seldom act on your behalf for safety. We are talking about a track record based on the complaints we've had from the city when it comes to sexual harassment, sexual assault, or any kind of sexual crimes. They turn their heads. Now, I'm not saying they condone it, but they are complete, utter idiots, and they don't address it. It's almost like they cover up their ears and eyes and go, blah, 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 and hope it goes away.
And they don't call us back.
Right. They won't address it. So here's the bottom line. He calls Pueblo Sheriff's Department. They come and confiscate the phone. Now, you may have heard on this show over the years, if the girl has it on her text showing she sent it to her boyfriend, we've had boys' lives ruined. But this woman gets a free pass from Pueblo. A free pass. I urge you to call Pueblo Sheriff's Department and the Pueblo District Attorney and ask why it's okay for a stepmom to videotape and distribute a tape of a 13-year-old girl masturbating. Why is that okay in Pueblo? Now, I know Pueblo's backward, but they can't be that backward. Now, I joke about Werfeno County and City Hall being filled with cows and chickens, but truly Pueblo has a serious problem with law enforcement and with prosecution. You know damn well, if it was you, if it was me, if it was anywhere outside of Pueblo, we would be arrested immediately, and then they ask questions. Our names would be splashed all over for having indecent videotape. This mom, stepmom, had it on her phone 6 months later. What is she doing? She showed it to the husband. That's distribution. When this boy showed it to no one. Well, we're talking about specific cases where kids have had their lives ruined from sexting. This mom gets a videotape of her stepdaughter masturbating in bed at 2 in the morning. So we called Pueblo and said we wanted to know about it. We want to get a statement from the PIO. Did Pueblo even have the decency to return a call? No, 7 calls. 7 calls. Now, people, I urge you, I'm serious. You call Pueblo County Sheriff's Department and ask them why they are not prosecuting a sex crime. Ask them that. Why? This woman might be suffering from postpartum depression. She might be suffering from mental illness. She may be just vindictive. But she is wrong. In any of those cases, she is wrong, and something needs to be done about it. It's dangerous. Can you imagine if a dad or a mom took a videotape of their 13-year-old daughter, retained it on their phone, and distributed it to friends to show how evil the girl was? Could you imagine what would happen in Denver? Or in any other jurisdiction where it's not Pueblo? The Pueblo Police Department and Pueblo Sheriff's Department, they're either wrought with corruption or with whatever. They are inactive idiots. Inactive idiots. What is the non-emergency number for Pueblo Sheriff's Department? What's the non-emergency number?
71.
And I urge you to have them have the PIO call us. This is serious, people. What's the number down there?
719-583-6030. I have it memorized.
By the way, I'm not asking you to harass them. This is not like calling, you know how we have you call rip-offs and liars and cheaters who are contractors and stuff? No, no, no. I'm asking respectfully that you ask why they are not investigating this case. What's the woman's first name?
Irene.
Irene. Irene's sex tape. Irene's sex tape on her phone. They confiscated the phone, and you may want to call the district attorney's office. I would be concerned. This is not the first time there has been inactivity in Pueblo. We had a case on tape where a boy was outside of 2 girls' apartment threatening them, yelling and screaming they would not even show up for the call outside of a dorm room of 2 single girls.
Took 24 hours to even respond to that call.
Yeah, they would not come there. They said, we fear for our lives. They held up the phone with this guy outside their door doing this. Oh, the man! I mean, like a madman. 2 single girls, and Pueblo Police Department did nothing. You guys are pieces of garbage, and this is not Ambien speaking now. You are pieces of idiots and garbage. You're a waste of the uniform. You're a waste of a badge. And I don't know if it goes all the way to the commissioners, but Pueblo County and Pueblo City, you are, if we had to give an enema to Colorado, it would go right there. Right smack in your courthouse. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now let's get to some other problems. Some good news. Tessa, you first called us. You first called us with a problem with your car. What was the problem, Tessie?
Okay, let me see. It stopped working, and
didn't you have a serpentine belt break or something because something seized or something seized? Was it your air conditioner compressor seized?
Well, it was a serpentine belt.
She just knows the belt broke.
The belt broke. And
that's all she knew.
And you had a problem. We said we would help you because you're disabled, you're on a fixed income, you have no money, and we took it over to someone on our referral list.
And the great guys at Cast Iron Recovery brought it over for free.
Yes.
Our towing company.
So we're going to have the results of that coming right up, Tessie. I urge you to stay tuned for that, okay? Please, stay tuned for that. Art of Granite will save you money and give you prices on the phone. Think about that. If you're doing a project in your kitchen, you want countertops, you'll get them in the bathroom free, and they only charge wholesale for all counter material, including the natural stone. They're direct stone importers. All wholesale on materials. They charge for fabrication and installation. They tear out and haul away free. They do the bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. They also have cabinets direct from the manufacturer. But the best part I love is you can get prices on the phone. They're proud of their prices. You call, give them some measurements, maybe send them a photo. It starts with a phone call, and then you get a price on the phone. You can go to the website to find out more, artofgranite.net. They're open 6 days a week. The entire Front Range and Mountain communities. They're closed Sunday. 303-386-5919, 386-5919, artofgranite.net.
This report is brought to you by Scott's Turf Builder Weed and Feed.
There's a couple. Head. Shiny. Get that off your head. Shiny. Get that off your head. Shiny. Get that off your head. I'm going to give you a golden shower. And it was nonstop for probably 2 months. Every neighbor in the neighborhood complained, sent us all videos. They wouldn't do anything up there. It took them how many months to actually arrest her and get her out of there? It was months and months.
I don't think she was arrested.
She hit someone with a car.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they did that either, because she went back in the house. I don't think they did anything.
She finally got popped for something.
Jeez,
If you did it in Highlands Ranch, they would have locked you up in a loony bin. I mean, oh, it's crazy.
So how do you like your putt?
You know what? I haven't had to use it. I feel
Oh.
like that's the best thing about it. If you
The
buy
tile?
one, yeah,
I've used it 3 or 4 times.
that's awesome.
They don't go far
You know,
enough.
I
That's the
think
problem.
mine is
No,
probably
Mark,
dead.
now I found out
Few
how it
years
works.
old.
How's it work?
I got some
Okay.
emails saying,
I didn't know what happened until I lost something, and it showed me a
but
circle.
I don't
And
know.
you go within that circle,
It gets close enough.
and then it said, then the find button
Four
pops up.
pack
And you
coming
press the find button.
Ours
First,
right now is
it
around
says
female
located.
dogs national.
Then it gives you a circle where it was last
I
reported.
think they have
Then you go to that circle, and
When
in
the
the
boy
pond,
gets up and they call him, they come back. She just
keep walking around near that circle.
So if you left your car keys in a restaurant
What kind of dogs are they?
or your wallet
You would get a signal on the circle.
of the last place it was,
You can't see them.
or the last place it was
Walk
reported.
around and start pressing the button.
But if you lost, okay, can you put one on your car?
But that's a great idea.
And then if someone else took your car, how would you, how,
Well, they have different products for that, but yeah, it will locate your car. If there's no range, it reports somehow to Wi-Fi's because it's not within range when I found it.
oh, I know what happens. Other people with the tile app that are nearby, it probably talks to, and
Whatever
that's
I
where
know,
it gets
it
it.
gives you a circle. Once you get to the circle, then it's locally bound.
And anybody that ever walks by that area that has tile on their phone, I bet you that's how it reports. So the more users, the better.
Yeah, because you would think that a low-powered square could not talk to us.
Because they could.
Not for that price amount, there's no way. Not for the dollar amount, that cannot talk to a satellite, no way.
So it's talking to Wi-Fi.
It's talking to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi wouldn't know how to talk to. Only people running the app on their phone. Like I bet it's running in the background on your phone right now. If I had a tile, it would be reporting mine. God, that's ingenious, really. It's kind of like what Comcast does for Wi-Fi on all their cable boxes.
He pulled it up, he says, no, it's within 30 feet of us.
How great is
Guys,
Tom Martino here, proud to tell you about Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. You will find no one better. It's this simple. I don't just say this. 920-1622, Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. Let's talk now. We do have some very important people with us just sitting in to watch, and we have a special guest. We have Gigi Wink from Wink & Wink, bankruptcy and credit attorney. They do debt settlement and bankruptcy, both Chapter 7 and Chapter 13. But Gigi likes to chime in on most things.
Good morning.
Good morning. Gigi, that Pueblo County thing, is that hard for you to believe?
Yeah, that sounds...
That there is a videotape they confiscated on a woman's phone of her 13-year-old stepdaughter masturbating, and they did nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
That's terrible.
That's Pueblo
County.
County.
Here's what I think. It's all terrible. I think it would be better if they use that kind of prosecutorial discretion for boys and men as well, right? So I don't think it's fair that she's being treated differently.
That she's getting a pass.
But I don't like the whole issue
It's
at all.
possible she could have postpartum depression. She just had a baby. But I would say that she's not balanced, and something should be done. Social
definitely.
services should look into it.
No, that's not right.
The dad is crying out for help.
She's definitely not. She's out of her mind. If you look at the video we're running.
There's another video the dad took of her trying to kill herself with a plastic bag.
Well, that's
the
not
video.
okay.
It's bizarre to say.
Yeah.
Is the video up right now?
Yeah, we're running it up on our Facebook.
The video is on our Facebook right now. This woman needs help.
So go to Facebook, search Tom Martino's referral list.
And if it sounds shocking to you, well, welcome to the world. We want to get some action here, okay? If she needs help, get her help, or punish her, or do something, okay? Do something, because this 13-year-old girl in this home, I believe, is endangered. The dad is there, thank God.
Pueblo's the same place. We had that wacko running around yelling at kids, saying all kinds of profanity.
You had a video of her.
They had swastikas being painted.
She was mimicking masturbation. I don't know. It must be something about Pueblo and masturbation, but she was mimicking masturbation and also yelling racial epithets. She was saying all kinds of crazy stuff, and Pueblo did nothing. She ran somebody down in a car. Pueblo does not take action. Pueblo is not there to protect and serve. They're there to drink coffee and eat donuts or something, because they're not there to protect and serve. They are idiots. They're morons. And you know what? If you're with Pueblo County, if you're with the county authorities, call me, okay? I have freedom of speech. I can say what I want to say because I am basing it on our track record with Pueblo County and Pueblo City, the police and the sheriff's department. They must play checkers, you know, with each other because they don't do anything else.
Well, we can't even get in touch with their public relations. 7 messages, Clint.
A PIO, and they don't even answer a serious call.
They have one job.
I urge you to let them know what you think of them down in Pueblo County in a respectful way. Demand that they take action on this case of some kind. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So we left Tess, and she called us and said, I need help. I don't have a lot of money. I'm on a fixed income. I'm disabled. My car's belt broke or something. I don't know what to do. We sent them to Budget A1 Transmission Auto Repair. First of all, Cast Iron Recovery had her towed free of charge, one of our referral list members. Then we have Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, one of our referral list members, take a look at the car. We just asked him to take a look at the car. Shane, you guys did a little more than take a look at the car. What did you do? Tess, listen carefully. What did you do, Shane?
Well, went ahead and looked at the car and found that the serpentine belt was broke. Also found that the plastic idler pulley for the serpentine belt was pretty torn up. So got the fragments and everything of belt out of there. Got the idler pulley replaced on there, and found once we got the new belt on that the compressor's staying engaged.
The compressor on the air conditioner.
Yeah, the compressor's staying engaged even when it's not on in the car. So what happens is the pressure actually builds up higher and higher and higher inside the AC compressor, and it actually puts so much restriction on there that it burns up the belt.
So what can be done?
There's actually 2 things that can be done. One can either replace the AC compressor itself, or 2, they make a kit that you eliminate the AC compressor and it still puts a bypass pulley on there, but at least the car is then drivable.
What would that cost, Shane?
I believe to put the bypass pulley on there along with the belt, you're probably around $150. And then to actually change the AC compressor, you're $400 to $500.
Oh my God!
But she can drive it if it's on low, right, Shane?
But if she takes it and drives it, as long as the AC is on low and the fans are able to run and keep that temperature and pressure down, she should be able to drive it and be okay.
So at least they got it running. That's the story.
Correct.
And they're not charging her. They
you know,
got it.
I had someone text us, Shane, saying they'd put up they'd call you guys with a credit card. Put that pulley on for that $125, and then I'll send you over the credit card info.
Okay.
Yeah, and so Tess, you got your car at least running right now. And they're going to do what they can to run, and then if you run that air conditioner on low, it will work. What?
Well, Dan was just saying, did he just say that if he puts that pulley on, she won't have any AC at all?
Yeah, if you put the bypass pulley on, it basically eliminates the air conditioning.
So she's got to decide what to do.
Does Tess want to drive around? Because Tess, we can't get a hold of $400 or $500. We're trying to find a compressor, but what we can do is you can have low air conditioner, or you can bypass it. It's up to you.
What else if the AC's off? Will it still work?
If the AC's off, what happens is the compressor's still running. But the problem with that is
pressure builds up.
The pressure builds up.
So what the hell is she going to do come winter?
Well, that's another problem.
Tess, what do you want to do? You want to take it and keep it on low, or do you want us to put the pulley on and have no AC?
Yeah, because she can run it on low in the winter and just put the temperature up. Air conditioning can be heated.
Yeah.
So, Tess, I suggest you keep the air conditioner on low at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good.
Okay. So, Budget, we appreciate Budget A1
Yeah,
Transmission
thanks, man.
and Auto Repair. Thank you, guys. Tess, thank you for calling. I'm glad we were able to help you. Thank you very much.
That was nice of them. They didn't charge her a dime.
Not a dime, and then Cast Iron Recovery towed it. So, Tess, I hope that this can at least help you right now because you need your car. Okay. So, we are going to give you instructions on how to get your car, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Budget A1 is at 303-781-9858. They're good people. They're on Dartmouth, they're on Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth, 303-781-9858. Good people. Really good people. So, Noel has an online order he wants to talk about. What's going on, Noel? Noel? Noel. Sorry. Okay, I'll just put that on hold and let Suzanne investigate that while I go to Gary. Gary, what's going on?
Hey, hi, Tom.
Hey.
Long-time listener here.
Thank you very much, Gary. What's going on?
Well, I had a repairman come look at my washer, determined it needed a motor. I gave him $250 check, and that's the last I heard from him.
When was this?
You're not going to believe this. It was November 1st.
Why did you call me now, man?
I got tired of waiting.
Was he giving you the runaround?
I mean, it was way too long, is what I'm saying. You should. I would have waited no more than 2 weeks. Now, this is called Citywide Appliance.
Yes.
How did you find Citywide Appliance?
I've used him for years.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's surprising, then.
Yes, I was shocked. And plus, he called one time, left me a message that he was in a car accident.
Well, since November. When did he call for about the car accident?
Oh, about the second week in November.
All right, so I should think unless he was seriously injured, you should have heard from him. Deputy Clint, let's give him a call. Hold on, bro. We'll give him a call because we help people here. That's what we do, 303-713-TALK. Get the calls in, man. We're getting right through them. And speaking of help, we have some guests here who help people every single day we'll talk to in a little while. In addition to Gigi Wink, we have some people from the Rocky Mountain ADA Center. We'll talk about that. A lot of people are confused about ADA, Americans with Disabilities, and they do a lot of good for people. Simply Floors. You know, I talked about Frank Duran, the real estate man. Now, let me talk about Buddy Mitchell. Buddy Mitchell, he opens up this company, Simply Floors, Inc. He opens up a showroom, and he says, you know what, I'm in a buying group, and I can buy my carpets and my floor coverings and my laminate hardwoods and my waterproof carpeting and all the new stuff, all the stuff. I can buy it for as cheap as these big boxes. So I'm going to save people money. I'm going to lower my overhead. I'll send designers out to people's homes, and I'm just going to do it cheaper and better. It's that easy. Save up to 40%, sometimes more. 20% is nothing. This guy does it every day.
And you'll throw in free designer services.
That's right, 52nd and Ward. Or go online and make your own appointment at home. Simply Floors Inc. That's INC, like incorporated. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
And she doesn't have to keep it on low either. She can have it on high.
No, that's
it's just that she can't keep it off.
What is your average phone call?
Like, what do we get the most calls about?
Consumer-wise, yeah.
We get a lot on service animals, obviously, and a lot on facilities access, parking spaces.
Complaining about them?
Yeah.
Or questions like, I'm doing this, what do I have to do?
Questions. I'm doing this, what do I have to do? So a lot of architects call us.
Business owners.
Yeah.
But service animals are huge, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people call us about their housing, and the ADA is different than fair housing, and so we do tons of referrals to fair housing. So, you know.
If you rent a place out, I guess technically you've got to do some stuff, right?
Yeah, under fair housing, not under fair
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had someone call me yesterday about, you know, someone breaks the door, I'm the landlord, the tenant broke the door, and put the door, who's responsible for fixing it?
Yeah. That's funny.
But yeah, service animals, you know, do I have to allow this animal in the restaurant? Do I have to allow...
Do you have to allow that small pony onto an aircraft?
I mean...
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to small pony so bad.
But it's a miniature horse.
Miniature horse, damn it.
Right.
You know, emotional support and service.
Yeah,
It has to do
totally.
with
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You can't just be this
It has to.
But
be.
the aviation.
And you have to have something wrong. You can't just have one and have nothing wrong.
But you can't ask someone what.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it can detect something.
Oh.
That's legit. But I find comfort in my pet that I'm petting.
That's not a good answer.
PTSD.
And they
Another
definitely
with
can't
soldier.
put it in the overhead compartment.
Not the small pony.
Well, yeah, let's not do that.
They can
Well,
try.
they did that. Was that
The dog.
United?
Yeah.
But I didn't
That poor little
didn't
guy.
they kill somebody's hamster? They made her
No,
flush
no,
her
no, kill the
hamster.
dog. Kill the dog.
Yeah, they killed the dog. Put it
The
in the
dog
overhead.
in the overhead died.
That's weird.
Well,
Who would
'cause they
allow them to put their dog in the overhead?
Well,
They made them. I mean, they must have been.
I think there was a language barrier in that.
oh, that's
I mean,
awful.
I-
Yeah.
Okay, then that makes sense.
Well, I mean, they did beat the crap out of that guy and take him off bleeding, so maybe you figure.
Yeah, but he didn't want to pay for his coke. I mean,
Because the dog bite.
what are you going to do? What the hell are you going to do? You owe me $3. I told you, we don't take cash.
Oh,
Okay, then the dog goes up.
oh my God. They would not have got my dog up there. But
That's what I'm
you know
saying.
what?
Who's going to argue?
After that story, I
can't wait for
won't
that
ever
video to-
try to take my dog on a plane again. We lived in Hawaii, so we had to take our dog there and back.
I don't think I ever did.
But I'm never going to do it
Underneath, or
again.
you took it on?
Under the, right by my feet.
Yeah, I just brought a
Because,
home
yeah, we have
on an
Boston
airplane.
Terriers, and they don't do well in, like, you know.
In the overhead bin?
I mean, you could take my dog on a walk in 80-degree weather, and,
I think that was United.
yeah, it
Yeah,
could
they
die.
are.
And I'm pretty
Overheat.
sure right before that,
It's
they made
terrible.
some woman flush her hamster down the toilet, or else they weren't going to let her fly.
That's
I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Who knows? People that are going to flush their hamster.
It was like a day or two before that dog.
I believe it.
Just Google it. Type in
Seriously.
airline makes
Mr.
woman flush
Plane.
hamster.
And they
Google
are
it.
going to come back and make it right.
I'll Google it.
Just got a question on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure it was United.
It's always United.
Let's is on this blog. Please take him off. Give us one of these.
I'm pretty sure it was a
I'll
hamster.
put him off into this umbrella.
Spirit Airlines makes woman flush support hamster down the toilet.
Support hamster.
It was Spirit Airlines.
Just think if it got caught.
They are going to be
And it sits up there in the toilet. It couldn't go all the way down.
It's the real deal, man. And listen to this. Pebbles was a doctor-approved emotional support animal.
Different than a surrogate.
They tried to make her flush her horse down, too, but it wouldn't go down.
And they could only get it down halfway, so it was just up there looking at it.
You're horrible.
I have a big thing about health, and I want to bring two things to your attention, okay? It's very important to me. There are a lot of chiropractors right now that are absolute rip-offs. They are doing fake stem cell therapy, or they're not really doing chiropractic. They're doing aromatherapies, and they're doing color therapies and all this. That's fine, but if you want a chiropractor, a real chiropractor, who does chiropractic, bright light chiropractic, Dr. Hederscheit does real chiropractic. He does gentle, targeted adjustments with a hand activator, and he does a full, complete evaluation with digital x-rays and thermal scans. Now, the evaluation for new patients, and then every 2 or 3 years, just $50. That's it. And adjustments are just $50. They can go as low as 30, depending on how many you buy. You don't have to buy that many. You get down to 30. Veterans are always 30. Now he has a combination deal. If you want to go in, sign up, get an evaluation, and your first adjustment, which will make a difference right there, it's $75 for both. So why don't you give them a call or go online? How about this? Go online, brightenyourfamily.com. He's at University and County Line, brightenyourfamily.com. And then speaking of the chiropractors who do the fake stem cell therapy, like, for example, Stem Cell Institute of America, they advertise stem cell therapy. They don't do it. They don't do it. And, you know, I looked into them because they used to advertise here, and I looked into to Dr. Dean Jones and a whole bunch, and I'm telling you straight up, and you know, if it's not true, I can get in trouble, right? Well, I challenge him to come after me because they're not using real stem cells. And in fact, you can't ship real stem cells in, and they're not living. So I recommend Centeno Schultz, also known as Regenex, for real, honest-to-God stem cell therapy. This is true information, man. There are too many people being ripped off when it comes to stem cell therapy. Good news is Stem Cell Institute and a bunch of other fakers are being shut down around the country. I hope they get around to it in Colorado. Meanwhile, Centeno Schultz is the real deal. Centeno Schultz, real living stem cell therapy, 303-963-9201, 303-963-9201, CentenoSchultz.com. Now let's go to the phones and see what's going on here. Ron, you have a comment on Pueblo. I unloaded on Pueblo Unleashed because their PIO doesn't bother to get back to us, and their law enforcement seems to be lax when it comes to assault, sexual assault, especially harassment and sexual crimes. What's going on, Ron?
Hey, Tom, thanks for taking my call. No, I was just driving through Denver. I'm from Pueblo, and I wholeheartedly agree with you. There's something backwards in Pueblo. Just all of the time in the news, just one thing after another. We've got, you know, police officers that are constantly in the news for domestic violence. There's a YouTube video right now of a Pueblo police officer arresting a citizen for taking pictures, putting him in handcuffs.
For taking pictures of what?
Of the police building.
Yeah, but they won't arrest a woman for taking pornographic video of a 13-year-old girl and distributing it. Exactly.
I mean, they will get you on petty offenses, but in Pueblo, it's the same people just turning over and over. They get out on bail, out on bond.
So you live there?
Yes, I live here.
I feel sorry for you because the police and the DA, they're non-existent as far as enforcing the law.
You're absolutely correct.
Does it spread to the? What do the county commissioners do? Are they corrupt, or are they? I don't know anything about the county structure there.
You know, I'm not familiar with the county commissioner, so I couldn't speak to that.
But this is. I mean, it's egregious.
I encourage you to keep up the heat. You know, we'll have your listeners call in and voice their displeasure.
I bet they're broke as hell down there, though.
Well, broke
is it all money?
Broke or not, they can arrest someone for pornographic videos.
I'm just saying,
kitty porn.
There's no money.
Kitty porn. What do you call it? Kitty porn. On their phone. Now, do you think anyone could survive that outside of Pueblo? No, not outside of Pueblo. You cops ought to be disgusted with yourselves. Disgusted with yourselves. I hope to God there is never never like violence that where people need to be protected, because you guys are cowards. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Gail, what's going on, Gail?
Hi, Tom.
What's happening?
We live in a rural community, Flagler, Colorado.
I like
and
Flagler.
We're living in a rental house.
Yes.
We've been here almost a year, and we have discovered that there's mold in the house.
Mold is very common, by the way. You know, so it's not earth-shattering, and it may not be deadly mold. There's very few really toxic molds.
Well, my husband has no immune system.
Why is that?
He has been on the waiting list for a liver transplant. Yeah, so
what does that have to do with an immune system?
Well, because the liver doesn't function properly.
But what does that have to do with immunity?
Can't get through the liver, so they build up within his system.
So is he on? What do you do when you are waiting a liver transplant? Is there any kind of treatment you do? Like, you know, for example, is there anything with kidneys? You do a dialysis, but is there any filtration you do when you're awaiting a liver?
just through medication.
Okay, so Gail, whether or not your husband has a problem doesn't increase or decrease the landlord's responsibility. If you have mold, and I don't mean to downplay this,
okay,
you have to decide and you have to figure out if it's toxic or not. You have to. I mean, just because there is mold doesn't mean a landlord has to jump through hoops. You have to figure out if it's, you got to get it tested and see. And if it's toxic mold, then you have to see, do you guys have sensitivities to toxic mold? Or here's what happens, Gail. If you report it, and you can, but the health department probably won't do anything because they don't know what it is. And people don't just go running after mold. Mold is very common. Most of it is not poisonous. People claim to have environmental sensitivities to it, and that's simply because it's in the news all the time. People have lived into their late 90s to 100s surrounded by mold. So it's just the truth, you know. So what I want you to do is, rather than panic and assume it's going to kill everyone, have it tested and see the strain of mold it is, and then you're fighting with ammunition. But here's the bad part of it. You can do what's called a standard of habitability if it's toxic, if it's poison. You can make a good argument if the parts per million in the air come to a dangerous level, that it's dangerous to live there. They're not providing you safe, quiet enjoyment of the premises. Therefore, you demand that they fix it. But guess what your option is if they don't fix it?
What?
Moving.
Oh, that's at the top of our list.
Okay, because that will give you the ammunition to do what's called a constructive eviction. Basically, you're saying, I'm going to evict myself. And then there's a whole process you have to go through. You have to read about it or call an attorney to get the actual procedure. But our tenant-landlord attorney has told us in the past, you have to give notice, you have to give them sufficient time to correct it, which is not outlined in the law per se, like every, how many days. And then you then you say you're going to leave. And then you may have to fight for your deposit, because even though you think it's a righteous eviction and it's a righteous reason for terminating the lease, they may not agree with you. So let's take first things first. First, you call an environmental company and you have it tested. I don't know who goes out to Flagler. We have some experts on our referral list, but Suzanne, I'm not sure if they go to Flagler. How far is Flagler? Let's say, what's your...
It's about 120 miles from Denver. It's halfway between Lyman and Burlington.
You got money to pay for it?
Nope. We
see if the health department at the county will do something for you.
They will not. I've already called them, and they said the only thing that they can do is call the landlady and say that.
Yeah.
But even if she does test it.
Yes.
What good is
it?
it?
They can't make
what good is it? She wants to move.
Well, that's right.
She can do an eviction. Why don't you ask the landlord if they'll just let you out of the lease?
She has agreed to do that.
Oh, then what are you calling about?
She's trying to force the landlord to get rid of it.
Well, because there's no place else to rent in this community.
And how do you know the mold? And I'm not asking you to live in it, but how do you know it's doing harm?
He went to the emergency room a week ago.
He needs a liver transplant.
Yeah. But he went because he was unable to breathe, and he had a burning in his mouth and his throat.
Was this after you discovered the mold?
Yes.
Okay, before you discovered it, did he have the burning? Did he have the, at the time of the burning, you did not know there was mold there?
Yes, we did.
Okay, before the discovery, I want to know, before the discovery of the mold, when did you discover the mold?
About 6 weeks ago.
Now, prior to that, did he ever complain about burning and breathing?
Once in a while, and it was only if a particular door in the house was open
well, then,
to
Gail,
that room.
I don't know what to say, dear. You got to find someone who can test that. If anyone's listening who can help us out in Flagler, let us know. But Gail, we simply can't go chasing mold stories. I swear to God, it is the most pervasive complaint there is.
And even if we did, though, what good would it do for her?
Well, anyway, they had told her she could move.
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing there.
The landlord won't fix it. You can't make them fix it. Did you know that? Gail, is that what you were calling about? Because to make a long story short, you cannot make them fix it.
Right. Yeah, we have found that out.
Okay. And I'm so sorry for you. Now, speaking of mold, there's also radon. People are all upset about radon. Absolute radon safety is one of these companies that dispels all of that crap. Here's why. They do testing for as little as $20. Now, some people are truly concerned with radon. I'm not saying you should or should not be, but it does kill real estate deals. The health department has certain exposures. They say you don't go beyond. Now, if you have high radon numbers, don't panic, because Absolute Radon Safety gives you absolute peace of mind by mitigating for just $899 in most cases. Even in the rare cases it's not $899, it might be a little over $1,000. Call Absolute Radon Safety or look them up here. This is something you won't forget. Absolute Radon Safety. AbsoluteRadonSafety.com.
What day did you say for the shoot? Was it the 11th? The 30th?
Hold on.
No, today's the 30th.
Highway Drive, the metro area, is crash and tech center being cleared northbound I-25.
It's June 13th, Mark. June 13th.
What day is that? A Wednesday?
And I'm going to put out the invite. You tell me it's okay.
I'll know here in a minute or two.
Westbound I-70, a little slow in the elevated portion in both directions of 270
I should know in a minute or two.
Vasquez.
You already
The
said that.
High-country eastbound
I know.
I-70 remains slow between Idaho Springs and Central City as they clean up that crash from that roll.
How come you like flag?
Sunny, a chance
Tiger's all right. I mean, you know,
I never heard of it.
500 people.
Here's the deal.
It's not a small strike down.
I will guarantee you, that if somebody went and said they got rid of the mold, he wouldn't have breathing problems. I'll guarantee it. I will guarantee it. Most of the time, mold does not. In fact, it doesn't have symptomatic things that you feel. I mean, people are overly crazy about it.
I would say here in Colorado, it's hard to get
I would
unless they have a leak.
only be concerned if I had somebody with respiratory problems or kids, babies.
It's in Kit Carson County. It's so easy to get rid of. 120 miles
What's their hospital?
Eastern call, Pueblo, again, call. Right now, since we've been talking about it. Oh, what about that other one? Did you call,
Oh, the
561.
the guy that took the
See what
deposit?
we have.
Did you get anybody?
I got an answering
That sounds
machine,
nice
but
town.
it says, his answer on the thing says that it's, where's the, something, and he's taking his dad to the hospital. That's
395.
machine.
What's your biggest business?
I don't even know if he's still around.
Do you have a business in there? I mean, is there
Yeah, there's a
gas station?
there's the Stagecoach, there's a liquor store, there's a
Frank
vet, there's a hospital,
has the Stagecoach, which has been there for so
Best restaurant.
long.
biker bar kind of.
Is Potestio still down there?
Oh, no, they're not. They're in Elizabeth.
Another tractor dealer.
No, they're. Oh, you're right. There is that. No, a gun store opened up.
Hey, wait, is the Parker restaurant up on the Franktown up there on top of the hill? Do they still have a restaurant up there? There was a nice little restaurant we used to go to.
No.
No, on the left-hand side where the post office is. up
No,
there.
there's no restaurant up
Is there a
there.
post office still up there?
Yes.
There was a restaurant there for years.
No, definitely not. There's a Mexican restaurant on one corner, the Stagecoach, and that's it.
That little
And
Mexican.
then the tractor place is now something firearms. They have an indoor shooting range.
Some of the lowest rates.
The tractors are going.
If you're already in a mortgage, it's no problem. You can refinance any existing mortgage.
That's who I bought mine through, though, is those guys, but they were in Parker.
Potestio.
That's greater than any other.
Yeah, they matched. I found a price out of state that was, from their original quote, man, it was a couple grand off. And I brought it down to them. They knocked it out.
Did you actually talk to Frank or did you talk to
I don't remember. I just had a sales guy.
They were a little backyard place on the corner of 83 and Main Street on the southwest corner.
Yep, exactly.
And then they grew into something.
It's huge.
Major dealership. Major.
They sell shit that's like, $100,000, man. They sell some big ass stuff. I was surprised how many. Their biggest thing going out of there was
Who is this
little lawnmowers.
GoFundMe for? Is this for the woman that just called?
I don't think so, because that's been up there a while.
Yeah, it's been there for a minute. That's that, what was that GoFundMe for?
It's a different one.
What's the one that-
This is another
The
mold.
vehicle?
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, I feel sorry for them.
Phones.
Yard is where memories are made, and you have the best.
They're hard to do with all those. Give me calls.
Now equipped with
You can become immune to them.
mulch control system, you can tell your clippings where to go. Out the chute.
So they're just asking for you to go up there, go find me.
I know. I just need more details from her. I'm sorry.
Visit your local John Deere dealer to test drive one today.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
She doesn't have Bible study today.
Did you get through?
No, of course.
Well,
I
I have
get
Bible
through.
study in the summer.
They want me because I have to talk to PIO.
Thursday morning at 7:06.
She's just never there.
Give their phone number out again. What's her name? What's the PIO's name?
Deb Montoya.
Deb Montoya.
This is the DA's office.
I hope you never need Joseph A. Lazara, attorney at law. He's a criminal defense attorney. And most of his defense is because of stupid people who drink and drive. Now, they don't intentionally say, I'm going to be drunk and drive and get away with it. They say, oh, I only had 1 or 2 drinks, or not 1, but, 2 or 3, or maybe they miscalculated, or they forgot a couple drinks. We've actually had people who thought if you drank beer and then switched to liquor, it wouldn't count, that you had to have all of one or another kind of alcohol. I mean, it's crazy. And then marijuana, there's more marijuana arrests now, not more than alcohol, but a lot more than there used to be, because people are driving after smoking weed. Joe Lazara doesn't encourage his behavior, but even if you learned a lesson, you want to throw yourself at the mercy of the court, whatever it is, he's not going to judge you anyway. But I'm just saying that. I say that because I feel bad giving a defense attorney out when I tell you that you're an idiot. But everyone deserves a defense attorney, even those who are idiots. And I'm serious about that now. So, you call him, he helps you get through the system. I hope you learn a lesson by it. And an Uber or Lyft and designated drivers are the best. That's who you should call before you call Joe. But here's Joe, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200. We're going to have an interesting discussion with these next guests in the next hour. The difference between a service animal and an emotional support animal. Because people are trying to get ponies onto airplanes and goats onto buses and monkeys on their shoulder into movies. I mean, what the hell is going on? It seems like you get an excuse when you call something emotional support. Well, think about it. There's a lot of emotional support stuff. 303-713-8255. Stay tuned for that. Gigi Wink from Wink and Wink. My standard question, because I like to monitor the economy.
Yes.
Filings.
I think we're going up a little bit.
Why is that? Why is that? Everything's booming. People are working. We're 4% less or less. But this has never been better. Well, tell me what's going on. What are they filing for? Why are they
They're filing for, as we always discuss, bad car loans.
Because they B and C paper.
Yep.
And let me guess, you got somebody in their 20s and 30s who have a car that's worth about $2,000, and they have an $18,000 car loan.
Yeah.
From the equity snowball.
Yep. And just really bad subprime lending terms. These cars are not good cars. My clients are in car loans with 19% interest rates on 2010s, right?
We call it the negative equity snowball, people.
For sure. And so I'm seeing them after the repossession usually. And we don't have good public transportation in this state. You need a car.
Well, Uber or Lyft, though. I don't care about public transportation anymore. I think you literally can survive without a car in Denver.
Well, we need to educate people better on that and do the math. Let's crunch the numbers. Because if that's true, that's a great idea.
I'm going to tell you, the average few rides to go to work and back, it's not that much.
Yeah, but you can do ride share, and they have 3 people at the same time. Yeah. It's way cheap.
So listen, we're going to talk about that. Emotional service animals. By the way, Richard, Donovan, Sandy, Joseph, we're going to get to all of you. Please hang on. I'm Tom Martin.
Wait, this week's flying.
We have the
Memorial Day. The Memorial Day was.
Seems like Tuesday.
Even today, this morning, Mike was like, I was like, I'm on the show today. He was like, what? It's not. I was like, yeah, it's Wednesday.
It's already Wednesday.
Yeah. What do you got today? I hope you looked at your schedule.
I've got a...
Yeah. Oh, right. So you can weigh in on that.
It's actually It's cheaper than a car payment. Generally.
Yeah, I
Oh,
bet it is.
you can do Uber
Well,
or
and you
Lyft
need
cheaper
to
than
have
because you have a car payment, you have insurance, you have
maintenance,
you have
oil,
a registry.
And if you do the ride one where they pick up multiple people,
Let me tell you something.
it's like
I was on vacation.
And a lot of times they don't even
I did
pick anybody
nothing but
else up.
Lyft everywhere.
I loved it.
And I did the black car
Yep.
Lyft everywhere, and it was cheaper than the valet charge.
Whoa. Yeah,
and
I'm gonna.
not only renting a car.
This
We
message
never
is
rented
getting
cars.
out to all my
However,
clients because
if you have
don't
a
get another
disability
car.
and a wheelchair,
You don't need
how do
another
you
car.
get into an
Holy
insurance
shit!
more?
Why don't they get on Lyft about that? Wait, what do you
I
do with
think
a
they do have.
disability?
I think they do have ADA. I'm not positive.
Yeah, but it's not as easy as
No.
it would be for someone like you or me.
Right.
And we are here
And
to
of
get
course you
people
would
with
talk about
disabilities
that.
and service animals.
Yeah.
The car drives right
They
by.
just drive right
Because
by.
They don't
Yep.
want to have an animal in it.
Yep.
Would I have to allow the tiny pony into
Yes.
my Uber?
Yes. Yeah.
Damn.
But
That could
not
be an
if
issue.
you drive
I
right
mean,
by
you just
because
don't like these tiny ponies.
no.
I've never seen one. I've never seen one anywhere.
Fired up about it.
Yep.
I've seen them.
They're mean little rats.
Are they
Oh,
really?
yeah.
They're ornery. Yeah.
I don't like that.
They bite.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, only because they're allergic to dogs is why they're allowed, right?
There's a provision.
But can they
So if it
actually
makes
sense
sense.
like a difference? I mean, what?
If it's trained to perform a task, then sure.
Crazy.
Yeah, they're
Largest minority group in the world, my man. People with disabilities.
Yeah.
I've got a
The only one you
family
can join today.
that when
Right.
you know, they go to the thing, we'll pay off your car
One
no
in 6
matter what
Americans.
you owe.
1 in 6.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
popped it up.
1 in
3 times they
6.
jumped up.
You got to consider all the invisible disabilities.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am filing this month for
Dyslexia,
a lady
PTSD,
Yeah, you don't see them.
Traumatic
You have
Um,
no idea.
traumatic, yeah, cognitive
got
issues.
sued
no
on a
idea.
repoed car in 1989
Did you read my
by a credit
factory outlet
union,
problem
and
yesterday?
they keep reviving
No,
the
I just said
judgment.
I sent it yesterday. Basically, in a nutshell, here's the deal.
$80,000.
They make an
Is
exception
what
if
that balance
they
is
make
at
a
now.
delivery
Is that from
grant
the-
in
the
dishwasher.
Yeah.
Dishwasher goes to
Interest.
shit.
It's all
No, I
interest on
did
the
read
debt.
They're offering a refund. They just don't want to pick Why it are up. you
and
allowed
then
customers
the
demanding
like
that
that.
it be over?
They probably should.
Well, I thought we didn't have.
You think so? Debtors in prison.
Unless they had something
Well,
signed.
what is that?
I
Did they
just
say to the delivery?
That's I just emailed Pete. If you made the exception, did you charge extra? That's what I asked them. If they charged extra and made the exception, but if they just did it at regular
How would they
delivery,
possibly expect the consumer to get it back, though?
I see too much.
they don't even want it. They're saying, we're giving you a refund, and he goes, no, I want you to pick it up too.
There's
Their
shades of
AFO
gray.
doesn't want it. I don't think they're expecting it.
How much it was?
You
Just
know.
ask how
The
much it
banks
was.
are, they're making me killing.
The buy here, pay here place people
Oh.
should not be taking those interest rates because they have a ball everything. It's
Right, they can go get the car.
But who would be in the business?
They don't want the
You know
car.
how
They
rich
want
everyone
the
is?
payments with the
Yeah.
interest rate. That's how they make money.
Yeah, but if you got rid of those people, how would these people get any car whatsoever then? Because there is no traditional financing.
Interest rates don't have to be so usury because.
I agree.
No, if you got rid of those interest rates, no one would be in that business.
I don't know.
They
I
still
don't
have
know
this GPS
if that's
tracker.
true. I think they could still make money on a 10% interest.
If your payment's late, they turn off the car. The car won't start.
And this is why, because the technology's
Yeah,
better.
the car won't start. You
And
pay
they're
$50 or
selling-
$100 to get it
they're selling
reactivated.
junk.
So they get money again on that. And they keep and they don't have to do anything. And then with the GPS tracker too, they can go find the car and pick it up and wherever they want.
It's not even an argument. I'm just saying, I don't think those people would be in business if they couldn't make that kind of money. They simply would be in a different business.
Who's that?
Buy here, pay
Buy
here.
here, pay here car.
Oh, their first payment pays for the car, and every
Basically,
payment after.
That's why they don't think
It's all gravy, so they do fine with a lower interest rate. I'm not saying 4%, but 20? Come on, that's
That's the
ridiculous.
part I'm arguing.
And the payday lenders should be out of business. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but
And
what do they
Congress is
do?
protecting them.
But what do they do though? Literally, they can't feed their family and their paycheck
They
comes
can't feed their
Friday.
family anyway when they start taking their money out of the bank and then they've got 4 different payday loans.
I have never
It's
heard
not,
of a payday loan.
it doesn't help
paid back
anybody.
And they can make, because they have, it's so expensive that by the time you get your paycheck, you have to take another
For
one.
nothing. Yes, it's
Yeah,
a
you
good.
get behind.
Yeah, it's,
You know what they've been doing for 1,000 years?
There's no defense for it.
Well, loan
Other
sharks.
than that, you
Pawnbrokers are as
took
bad as those.
donations
That's
from
what's
them
been
for
going
your
on for
campaign.
ever. The pawnbrokers aren't quite as bad as
Well, the
No,
problem with a
I agree.
pawnbroker-
Pawnbrokers
I
are
agree.
worse even.
pawnbrokers' contracts encourage
What's
theft.
going to happen if you don't pay back your pawnbroker? You're
Well,
going to lose
here-
some property.
No,
You're not going to like
here's what
go
the
into
contract
this.
reads.
Mhm.
In the event of a theft or misplacement,
They're not
they only owe you.
the market value.
No.
No.
They owe you what
the
you
pawn
borrow. So therefore, you get a $20,000 ring, and you give the guy $2,000. That's what they'll give you.
Yep.
Now,
And then you're
you
planning
come back
on them.
and you say, we lost
Yes,
your ring.
Right. Then you're.
And guess what? All they have to pay you is $2,000.
Yeah.
They forgive your loan. So they just
Well, so then they're obviously losing property.
the laws their contracts encourage thievery.
And all of that stuff is shady. That's a shady segment of society. They're preying on the
I can't
poor.
tell you how many times
Any
people have called
industry
and
that
things
preys
were
on
lost
poor
and they
people
were fully reimbursed,
is bad news.
but they were reimbursed the loan
It's
amount.
just gross. Yeah, it's gross. And they're defended by Congress because they, like the payday loan lenders, they're all up on the Washington, all on the Hill, greasing palms. It's gross.
I don't know what these people would do though if those things weren't there.
Bull.
Okay, Gigi. Now it's kind of like that.
Maybe they have to be a little more
court that you went to. That,
Right. Well, I mean,
mobile
there'd
court
be
that you
other
went to?
consequences, but they wouldn't be in a spiral,
the
death
rental place
spiral
and stuff
of
that you went to?
payday loan debt.
You went to took the video of it, and the guy died in one of them and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
Same thing. If you shut them down,
I'd say
where would
40%
those
of my
they be in
clients
there?
have payday loans.
Could
If
be
you never have
outside.
I know
one,
exactly what you're talking
you have them from every shop in
That's what I'm
town,
Then
and
the
then
loan
they start
sharks would
getting
come
them
back.
from the Indian,
Seriously.
the native.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. I'm your consumer advocate, and this hour is brought to you by K&H Home Solutions. Welcome to the show. I'll tell you what K&H Home Solutions do. They help to make your home more beautiful, energy efficient, durable, and maintenance-free. I'll tell you about that in a second, but I want to tell you that Richard wants to talk about not satisfied with a mattress purchase. Donovan wants to talk about Automart. A problem there. Sandy wants to talk about expert exteriors, but she's got a problem with them. They're roofers. And Joseph has some comments on mold, always a controversial topic. We also have Gigi Wink with us from Wink and Wink. And then we have some people from the Rocky Mountain ADA to talk about service animals versus emotional support animals and everything in between. And then what about Uber and Lyft and the people with disabilities? Do you ever think of that? We got so much to talk about. But first, K&H Home Solutions want to tell you you can make your own in-home appointment if you're looking for siding Everlast. Now, they do windows, of course. K&H started out with windows, 62 years old in the business, changed K&H Home Solutions and expanded into all kinds of stuff, including siding. They have the most beautiful, durable siding called Everlast. It is the best siding that has ever come out, a lifetime of durability, along with a palette of colors that are impregnated through and through. This stuff will last forever. And they're giving $6,200 off your entire siding purchase. 303-421-7100 is the number. But they'd like you to make your own appointment at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com. Okay, so I want to start out with the mold comments first, because we had some, a woman said, we got mold in the house, my husband was sick, he coincidentally got sick after they discovered the mold and continues to, and I think, I'm just going to say it, that most mold problems are psychological, because people, they see it there and they think, oh my God, we've had it tested in the past where it wasn't even toxic at all, and people are saying, well, I don't know, I'm sick, and I think people overreact to mold. Mold's been with us forever. Now, there are some toxic molds. They're very rare, and there are some times it can make you sick, but you have to have a distressed system to begin with. I just want to say that because I'm not on the train. I'm not on the train. But Joseph, what are your comments?
Well, most mold can be killed with bleach, and I know you guys know that. But
yeah.
if it's something that's not in the wall or anywhere inside the vents,
yeah, but that doesn't support the industry that wants to tear your house down when you have a plumbing leak. They want to rebuild homes. In Texas, they were tearing down houses who had a plumbing leak, claiming you can never, ever, 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 ever get rid of it. They would tear down the house, excavate the dirt, backfill brand new dirt, and build another house until insurance companies said, go to hell, we're not doing that anymore.
Hey, Tom, I have one more comment about that,
yes.
Though, real quick. So I worked for Stop Guarantee in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah?
Many, many years ago. Probably one of the worst franchises I've ever worked for in my entire life.
What is it called?
Stop Guarantee.
What is it?
It's a mold remediation and water damage.
Well, you know,
franchise.
Yeah, well.
But I want to point out a few things to the listeners. You know, they sell for like about $100 a gallon. They sell this stuff that's supposed to kill mold and everything.
You mean kills?
Yeah, they say it's supposed to kill the mold. That's what they tell the customers. Well, in our meetings, you know, when we were going out mediating and everything like that, they told us, well, this doesn't kill mold. This just refreshes the house and everything, because on one of the jobs, there wasn't bleach wasn't used, and the customer came back and complained. And the lead technician said, well, we used the right chemicals and everything like that. And they said, well, that doesn't kill mold. That's just a refresher, more or less. And
your point is what? Your point is that that kills works or does not work?
No, not kills. It's just a chemical. I don't remember the name of the chemical that they had. But they were just selling it for $100 per gallon.
I see what you're saying. But we do know that Clorox does work, or bleach, I should say. Clorox is a brand name. I mean, chlorine bleach. But thank you, Joseph. I have to move on. So let's talk to Dana, the director of Rocky Mountain ADA Center. And she's with Josh, who's the public relations guy. I just want to ask, is the service animal versus emotional support animal confusing for people?
Yes, it's extremely confusing for people.
Now,
people who have service animals and businesses, nobody knows.
Does the ADA fight for people's rights to have both in all situations?
No, the ADA doesn't fight for people's rights. It just outlines responsibilities and rights of people with service animals.
ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act.
That's correct.
So what do you do as the ADA center? You don't enforce that law? You don't go out and investigate complaints?
No, we're not enforcement.
What do you do?
We provide information, guidance about the ADA.
For landlords, for business owners, for
everyone.
For people with disabilities?
Correct.
Okay. They call and say, hey, what about this? So I'm going to ask you, if somebody has an emotional support goat, can I walk in a restaurant and demand to be seated and they can't ask me about it?
Not under the ADA, no.
Okay, that's the thing. The ADA does not cover emotional support?
That's correct. Only service animals.
Okay.
And what are technically service animals?
A service animal is generally a dog. On occasion.
But it can be other dogs.
A miniature horse.
No, hold on. It can be other animals.
No.
No.
There's a provision for a miniature horse.
Yes.
Told you.
Or it's a dog.
Okay, dog or miniature horse. There's no provision for a goat?
No.
Okay.
For a service animal, no.
It specifically talks in the law about a dog.
Correct.
Okay. And what does that service animal do?
It has to be trained individually to perform a task.
Now, if I come into a restaurant with a dog, and he's a big snuffleupagus, or snuffleupagus, whatever you call him, big
Snuffleupagus.
Okay, thank you. See, I'm spoken with a woman with young children. Snuffleupagus, whatever. Anyway, so I come in with this big hairy dog.
Yeah.
Can the restaurant owner say, I want to see proof?
No.
Then anybody can just say, I have an emotional support dog. A service animal. You
can ask as the restaurant owner.
Is there any law against me putting a vest on my dog and calling it a service animal?
No.
Okay, see, so service animal, that's the point.
But the restaurant can ask a couple questions.
Two questions.
What can the restaurant or anyone ask? Not just a restaurant, but let's say any kind of facility.
Right.
What can we ask?
As long as the disability isn't noticeable, right? So if someone's in a wheelchair, you can't say, is this animal needed because of a disability? Clearly it is. So you can ask, is this animal a service animal for a disability?
If I walk in apparently enabled, totally, and have a dog with me, and it has a vest on, it says service animal, then what?
Well, anyone can buy a service vest, right? $60
That's
on
what
Amazon.
I mean. That's what I mean.
So you can ask, what is the task that it has been trained to perform?
Okay, and if I say, I don't know, what would be considered a task? Pick things up because I can't bend over, my back is sore.
100%, yep. I've seen that happen at a grocery store where the animal's putting something on the conveyor belt.
Okay. How about if my heart races because I have PTSD?
No, that's emotional support.
No, it could be, right?
Wait. So that could be service?
It could be. Sure. Everything depends with the ADA.
I think I heard somewhere that the dog can be in training.
In Colorado, yeah, we have a law here that says it has the same rights as a service animal while it's in training.
Why is it so loosey-goosey?
What about I use a goat?
Depends.
What about I use a goat to climb the stairs when they don't put in elevators, like in towers and stuff?
A goat can't be a service animal.
A fainting goat to make me laugh when I get sad.
That would be emotional support.
Okay, but seriously now, I'm serious. There are many, many people with service animals, and God love them. I mean, let them have their service animals, but I think it's being abused.
It absolutely is. I was in a different state 2 weeks ago, and I had a gentleman who was with a law enforcement agency. He had told me he lies about it to not pay the fees on an airplane. And
there's no penalty against that.
No.
But that's why I'm saying, why is it so loosey-goosey? Isn't it federal regulations?
There is no penalty.
Are they afraid that people won't be able to afford to go through the things?
First of all, are there any official is there an official permit? Nothing I have to carry with me.
No.
Nothing.
There's no certification.
This is the worst executed law ever when it comes to service
super
animals.
confusing.
My dogs are now officially service
What about
animals.
landlords? Okay, forget about landlords saying no pets. All I say is it's a service animal. What's the task? It picks things up for me. I'm a lazy.
And you can't say no, right?
Correct.
God, that's crazy.
That's under fair housing, though.
But you know that. You can't say no, right?
But in fair housing, they must even take emotional support animals.
Yes.
Which is any pet.
However, that
a
is
hamster.
prescribed generally by a doctor. So you can go to a doctor and he says, I need this cat.
There's some online doctors that'll do it for $19.
Oh, there are.
So can a landlord ask for proof?
For an emotional support animal.
For an emotional,
yes,
but
so,
not a service animal.
Correct.
But they can ask the task of the service animal.
Correct. You're right, Tom. It is the craziest managed program ever.
It's not managed. That's it.
What do you exactly do down there? Just say yes, no, maybe,
no. Remember, I don't want to belittle what they do.
No, not at all.
There's way more to this than service animals. They deal with accessibility issues. Give me an idea like that. Accessibility.
Yeah, sure. Parking spaces and the lines that are next to an accessible parking
Does Yellow
spot.
Cab have to have a certain number of units for wheelchair people?
I'm not sure if there's a certain percentage, but they do under, since they're Title III, they do have to.
But Uber and Lyft do not.
Well, they should.
But they don't have to.
Not yet.
Because they're not a company.
I'm not sure it's
They're
been,
not a
they're independent drivers.
They're not a transportation company. They are a facilitator of peer-to-peer rides. That's all.
Well, not in California, but yes, you're right most of the time.
We're actually doing a study on vacation rentals and Airbnbs and VRBOs and whether or not they have to be accessible. And trying
That's going to ruin that business.
Yeah.
That's going to ruin that business.
But who regulates it? We don't know who enforces it yet.
The hotels will love that, just like the taxi drivers would like Uber.
I can say this about my mom because she's now deceased. But we would go places, and there were so many handicapped places. And one time she said, look at all those handicapped spots.
We don't say handicapped.
Well, okay, but I just said
disabled, bud.
I'm saying the spot said handicapped. It did not say disabled. It said handicapped.
Back then.
It says it now.
They do say it now. But
then what are you saying you can't say it for?
I'm discussing real life. I observed handicapped spots. That's what I'm saying.
And what'd your mother do?
She says, those handicapped people get all the breaks. Yeah, she was 90. I mean, or 80 something. But I'm saying that
they were always empty.
But in any case, I cannot stand people parking in there when there's no apparent disability. Now, there was this one woman we did a story on it. Everyone does stories on it in TV. And the woman said, well, I got a note from my chiropractor. And she got some kind of placard. Now, I can...
yeah, but she got the placard then.
But hold on. We had a guy who couldn't afford to go to a doctor. Now, listen to this. He was in a wheelchair. He had no legs and one arm missing. He was damn near... I mean, he was lucky to be in a wheelchair, right?
How the hell would he drive?
No, he did. I swear to God he did. He was amazing. He was an amazing man. He couldn't, he didn't, he said, I can't afford, even though he's on, I didn't believe that. I think he was making an issue because I think he was on Medicaid. But in any case, he says, I need my plate renewed. So we went with him to the motor vehicle. They wouldn't renew it because he didn't have a note from the doctor. That was the whole joke. He said, come on. Why should I be, that's what he was saying. Why should I be forced for that inconvenience of going to a doctor when you look down, you see I have no legs and no arm. One arm. Is that true? He would still need a note from a doctor. Isn't that right?
Well, he did.
I mean, I think it all depends on the DMV and what their policy is.
Dana, what do you think about people? Real quick,
no, we can't.
Expired placards that are running around, going crazy, parking in handicap places.
You got to help me out here, please. I'm serious about this. We got to take a break, okay? David Salisbury works with a state law, and this is very important because so many people, they forego it. They think it's expensive. He does it on flat rates. He does flat rates for wills and flat rates for trusts. You know, wills can start at around $600. There's no reason not to plan. Now, of course, there are times you don't need a will. He'll be the first one to tell you. David Salisbury, attorney at law. Now, this is what I call inevitable law. You know, you hear me talk about winkandwink.com, this bankruptcy, saying, I hope you don't need him. Personal injury, hope you don't need him. Criminal defense, hope you don't need him. With David Salisbury, it's inevitable law that everyone needs, and I hope you don't need him immediately. But his number for planning purposes, always initial consultations are free, 720-493-3911 for wills, trusts, and probates. That's 720-493-3911.
There are online payday loans that are given by tribes that are just internet. You just apply on the internet, get them on the internet. Yeah, here, you can find. Oh, I bet a ton.
Not that I want one.
No, but yeah, it's not interesting.
I like yours.
So let's see, tribal.
They're getting into everything now, finally. After the casinos, they got smart.
Yeah, they've got money. Some, I don't know how it all gets distributed. It doesn't seem.
You know, I've got a.
So let's see. Red Rock Tribal Lending. Yeah. There's one. Yeah. Tribal Installment Loan. There's tons. There's tons.
This was probably about 15 years ago that Archdiocese of Denver, Catholic Church, was trying to donate double wide mobile homes to the down in Mexico.
Yeah. The reservation.
Yeah. It's a really important topic. Oh, what tribe it is? It's a real common. Anyway, they got 34 of them done. What happens in Denver is like so up at 92nd and Pecos, you buy a mobile home in there. Yeah, I mean, there's nowhere to put it.
Didn't we ever park in that?
Oh,
yeah. That's when. Okay, so what is that? So what is it? What is? No, that wasn't Mr. Mice. No, they went to TV.
Okay, were they getting the big screen? They got
Drake. So what is his dad? His dad gave him a butler to pay for their car.
Tribal council.
Yeah, because they have to
sell them and give all the to tribal council in Manhattan.
Remember, I think
you hear that a lot.
Some of these are just right now.
It was so. Like Dan says, some people are really hard to help.
Oh, they are.
Well, that doesn't make it.
We get a lot of people here that are hard to help.
And it doesn't.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I have it. That's what I do for a living too. Where you're like, help me. We always do the Jerry Maguire line. Help me, help you. You know, I can't go get your bank statements. You have to get them for me.
Yeah, that's where we get stuck.
What do you really think about people that use the expired one and then in their other car they have the other one?
And they rent it out.
No, I think it needs to be valid.
It needs. Thank you. Seriously, it needs to be valid.
It needs to be valid.
What he's talking about is we have a woman in this building who has MS, and she frickin' had an expired plate, and we had an asshole tell her to move her car.
Nope.
And she's hobbling to her car.
I agree 100%.
And Mark said it was okay, and I said, you know what? It's substance over form. The woman has MS. She obviously has MS. She's not abusing the system.
Yeah.
The technicality that the fucking date is off does not justify it. It's just bullshit.
It is her responsibility.
That's fucking hip.
Get a
That's fucking hip. It doesn't matter. The fucking woman has a disability.
The louder you are, it doesn't make you any right.
Bullshit. It's just bullshit. If this woman was abusing the system, that would be different. Her husband is not out parking in handicapped spots with the other plate. He's not doing it.
More civil rights.
Susan has MS, and God forbid you ever have something like that. And Dan, you can laugh all you want, but you know what? If your fucking mother had MS and she wanted to park and she had an expired plate, you wouldn't tell her it's wrong.
I wouldn't even tell
Fuck
her
that.
it's wrong. I totally agree.
You know what? It's not loving. It's fucking hateful.
Yeah.
It is hateful.
I agree.
1 in 6 Americans with
Yeah,
disabilities.
that's right.
Largest minority group in the world.
I do what I do here because I believe in substance over form. You know, you can say all you want, you know, that you need to have a date, but you know, if you don't have a date and you're disabled,
A lot of people do abuse it. We know Susan doesn't abuse it. A lot of people do.
A lot of someone you love, right?
You will say, so who cares? He could obviously see she had a disability.
I wouldn't complain
She
about
was
it,
not
but
doing it.
she should take responsibility for it.
Well, it goes into further than that. It's not in fact that she
That
had a
guy
disability.
knew she had a disability. He
That's
wasn't
right.
helping society.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at. He wasn't doing it to help society.
He was a volunteer for Denver for ADA enforcement.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan. And here's the best part. With interest rates volatile, if you refinance or buy and you have interest rates go down, they'll do it free of charge for you. The next day, a week later, a year later, 2 years later, up to 2 years. 303-867-7000. Ideal Home Loans, they have a pre-approval. That's like a cash deal as well. If you're buying and you need to make an offer that'll go to the top, get pre-approved. They're just waiting for appraisal and title work. IdealHomeLoans.com. All right. If you don't have us online, you are missing a show in between.
Oh, you have no idea.
303-713-TALK.
You need to get on that, people.
Donovan, I'm so sorry you waited. Donovan, I'm so sorry you're waiting so long. What's going on, Donovan?
So I purchased a 2008 Nissan from Automart back in 2012, and the car was totaled 2 days after I got it.
Now, it was 2012?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and totaled 2 days later. Did you have insurance on it?
Yes, the insurance paid, the gap paid, and I submitted a request that the warranty be canceled, and they didn't pay for the warranty.
What, okay, they didn't pay for the warranty, but you paid them for the warranty.
Correct.
How much did you pay for that warranty?
It was $2,197.
Did you have proof that you paid for it?
It was in the finance contract.
But did it say warranty, $2,197?
Yes.
And was there a cancellation in that warranty? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You didn't have one.
They never bought it.
Never mind. Here, I have an idea. It's too late. But here's, it's Gigi. If it was more recent and he proved that he paid $2,197 and he could prove they never paid for it, couldn't he take him to small claims court and win that one?
Yes.
But I think he only has how many years for that?
I would think 2.
Breach?
3. Breach of contract is 6.
So the warranty
collection,
is
collection. Fraud is 2. Fraud is 2 years.
What's breach? 3?
I think 3. Yeah, breach I think is 3.
But
I'll
it's
look
from
it up.
It's from Discovery though. So it might be different. When did you discover this? In 2012?
No, I discovered this in January of this year.
No, come on, man. Now, why would you discover that they never bought the warranty in January 6 years later? Why would you do that?
Because we're not constantly checking our credit, and that was on our credit, making it bad, and we didn't know why.
Okay, good argument.
I got this collection account.
Good argument, but why do you have a collection?
I don't get that.
On a warranty, yeah. What's the collection for?
So the collection was included in the finance agreement through Premier Members Bank.
But what is the collection for?
It's for $2,197.
So it's for the warranty.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Wait. That goes against your argument. If they're trying to collect your premium, that means they never collected the premium because it was built into your loan and your loan was never paid. You didn't pay it. It was built into your loan. So you don't get $2,000. Unless you paid cash $2,197 for that, you didn't pay for it. You might have paid 1/100th of it. I mean, because a little is taken out of your payment every month to pay for that. So what happened was when they paid off the loan, they didn't pay off that part of it. And they didn't have to because it wasn't part of it. And Donovan, I don't think you have a case. I mean, because you're asking for a lump sum of $2,197, for lack of better, $2,200, but you didn't pay $2,200, did you?
It came out in the loan.
But you did not pay it. Your loan wasn't paid off.
The loan was paid off. It was supposed to have been paid off.
No.
I have the cancellation request.
Donovan, how long did you own the car before it was totaled?
2 days.
Okay, now listen carefully. How much did you pay for that warranty?
When I went in, I put $1,000 down.
Donovan, I'm going to discontinue the conversation because you don't understand, but I'm going to explain it to you, okay? Listen carefully. That warranty was going to be paid for. How long was the auto loan for? How many years?
5 years.
Okay, it was going to be paid over a 5-year period. In 2 days, out of that 5 times 360 days, out of that like 1,700 days, what percent do you feel you paid of that warranty?
We made one payment on it.
Okay, so you paid hardly anything. If anything, you would have a refund of $10 or $20. What I'm getting at is this: when the insurance paid off that loan, they did not pay the warranty. They only paid the value of the car.
He's saying he has a cancellation letter from when he ruined the car, though.
I understand, Mark, because there was no longer a car to insure. To warranty. So here's what happened. The insurance did what it was supposed to do. It protected the dealer. It paid for the value of the car. Now, the gap paid for the gap. But no one pays for the insurance because you can't insure insurance. You can't insure payments for insurance.
No, but he's saying he canceled that insurance. He should have got a pro rata refund on it, which is pretty much the entire amount.
No, Mark, there's no refund because he didn't pay it. He never paid it, Mark. He only had the car 2 days.
I get you, but when he canceled it, they shouldn't have charged him going forward then.
No, of course not. They shouldn't come after him for $2,100. For sure they shouldn't. But unless it was a non-cancelable insurance. And if it was, they're going to come after someone for it. So you have to provide. Do you have the contract, Donovan?
Yes, I do have the contract.
Okay. What does it say that in the event of early termination, what does it say? Because what does it say about cancellation and termination?
It doesn't say anything for the warranty.
Well, can you send it to us so we can have someone look at it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Mark
is there a separate contract for the warranty?
Yes, of course there is.
Yes, and that's what he's talking about.
I can send you guys all the information that I have.
All we need is the warranty.
No, not like on your sales agreement where it says warranty 2000. Right. I need the warranty paperwork.
Yeah, because you agreed to a warranty. That warranty may have said in so many words that you agree to pay so many payments over 5 years for this warranty, and it may not give you the provision not to pay it. Now, I would say it's unconscionable to try to collect on a car that's not even there, and most warranties have some kind of cancellation, but it was up to you to cancel it, and you did, right?
Yeah, on the 3rd of January.
Well, no. Okay, so you did it just within a month of that accident, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you did the right thing, but when you canceled it, did they say to you, you're still going to owe some money, or there's a termination fee, or anything like that?
No, I called, I canceled it.
And what did they say? Did they give you a confirmation number?
It's on this paper. Yeah.
Because you did get a confirmation number.
Send us that stuff.
So I got to check. It gave me a list of things of why it didn't get canceled.
Okay, just hold on a sec. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, if it didn't get canceled and it was your fault, that's one thing. If it didn't get canceled because it's their fault, it's another thing. We're going to come back to him, okay? But, geez, this kind of thing sucks. It really does. And again, and you know, we were just talking to Wink and Wink. Gigi Wink said a big problem with bankruptcy, one of the reasons are when people get upside down in cars. And a lot of times this happens. He happened to have gap. But how many times do you find people, Gigi, that one car accident put them into bankruptcy? One car accident.
Yeah, I've had it.
Because of the car's worth X, they still owe this, and they have a deficiency.
Absolutely.
And even with gap insurance, did you know it doesn't cover all deficiencies? It only covers up to 125%. Therefore, even with gap, if you pay too much for a car or you have too much negative equity going into a car, you're not going to have coverage. I have to take a break. Okay, 303-713-8255. Are you learning a lot? I hope so. 303-713-TALK. Speaking of cars, Pro Auto Care. I used them the other day for roadside. They were going to tow me anywhere I wanted to go to fix my tire. Why? Because I happen to be a customer of Pro Auto Care. When you're a customer, in between every single repair, you get free roadside assistance. Absolutely free. It's just thrown in. So basically, when you're part of the Pro Auto family, you have nothing to worry about. You don't. And also, every warranty, every repair is guaranteed. So you get a warranty plus roadside assistance for 36,000 miles, which is virtually in between every repair or maintenance. That's Pro Auto Care. 2 locations near Evans and I-25, near Bowles and Santa Fe. 303-PRO-AUTO is the phone number, and it's the website, too, 303-PROAUTO.com.
This is Denver's talk station.
What's we do it so much that we have people here. My language.
I wonder if that warranty tax even time to go into effect.
I will not cuss in front of anyone.
Oh my God! My kids call potty.
They call him that.
Well, they should have done that. The dealer
You heard, okay, so you heard last break. I didn't say any cuss words.
Nor did I. And anyone watching this will be very surprised.
I always need to explain louder is not whiter.
Dana, I got an Airbnb. My wife and I have a cabin.
Yeah.
So it's obviously not handicap accessible because it's...
Yeah, but none of them are now, she's saying. They're working on it.
Well,
they're working on it.
I mean,
if you're a commercial...
But you can check on there that, yes, it is accessible. If you checked that, would you know if your property was actually accessible or not under the ADA? Probably not.
No.
So people are checking yes.
Oh,
and when you show up, you're a wheelchair user, and you can't get my background
in here. Oh, yeah, you can't.
Because the details and stuff we put, it's not appropriate for children either. So.
Sure. But some people are checking yes.
Oh, yeah.
You show up and you can't use the facility.
So as long as you don't check the yes, you're okay.
Rented an apartment in Boston.
However, because it means if you're a hotel, you're required to have a certain percentage of rooms that are accessible. So where does that fall with Airbnb? Right. I mean, should you be required? I don't know.
They're going to say is that Airbnb is not the provider, each individual person. Just like
but if you're paying taxes on it as a business, you should then fall under Title III of the ADA.
No, you should. But I'm saying they're going.
So who enforces that?
But here's what the law is going to be. Probably, if you go to sue Airbnb, Airbnb is going to say, "What percentage of what? We don't own any of them. We don't
own them." But they're allowing you to check yes that you are.
Yeah, but Craigslist allows you to do all kinds of stuff you shouldn't either. Seriously.
No, what I'm saying is,
you.
But Airbnb is not the owner. If they controlled it like a hotel, that's
well, then you could start suing individual owners.
But no, because they could say, I only have one unit, and no one is required to have one unit ADA compliant. Now, if one owner owned 20, they would have to have a certain percentage. But if you own one, how do you do that?
I don't know. That's what we have a law student researching it for us right now.
Because
of how to get it.
There's no way.
It's all emerging.
And I think isn't that how Uber and Lyft got around all the taxi laws? They're saying we don't own those cars. We're not a fleet. We're just a peer-to-peer network. So, Mark, you said that argument did not work in California. What do you mean? That they're just
in California, that they went after them and said, "Listen, you guys."
They're saying we're not a taxi company. We don't even own them.
That's right. In California,
we're a dispatcher.
They're saying you are, so they're making them pay
but did the law
different
say
taxes.
That? Did they sue them? Because I don't. What the law? What a court? What a judge say?
Exactly what they said.
What a judge say that you are a transportation company or merely a facilitator, a software company?
If I was an Uber driver, I think I'd have a handicapped vehicle. I think you'd make more money with it.
I don't know if you can make, because I don't think there's an extra charge for it.
The California.
So why would you make more money?
Here it is. We'll make it more difficult.
You could say sure.
Here's basically what it says. I mean, they're saying
yourself.
Yeah. It's kind of curious.
Marketing.
Okay, hold on. I want to hear what California says.
They're basically
Are you
saying
reading a court decision or?
They're making it difficult for the state to treat their workers as independent contractors who don't enjoy many of the rights employees do, such as minimum wage, overtime pay,
They get to log in any time they want, and they get to drive for any company they want.
Today is the day. Let them drive for both.
Yeah, that's why they have to let them drive for both. Because if they did not, they would be classified as an employee.
Here's what it said. The workers won in lower courts. When Dynamex appealed, the state Supreme Court not only upheld the previous decision, but also decided to adopt a standard similar to the one currently used in a handful of states, such as Illinois and New Jersey,
which is what?
Determining whether a worker is a contractor or an employee. I'm sure it's the same thing we know.
Yeah, but since they drive...
It's called the ABC test. It lays out 3 requirements.
Which is?
Workers are independent. One, that the contractor provides a service free from the company's control. 2, that the service provider is outside the company's core business, such as a janitor at a law firm. And 3, that the contractor is an independent professional engaged in providing their services to companies other than one.
Which is Lyft and Uber.
So thank God Lyft came along, or else Uber would have been really screwed.
So,
and it breaks into that. The Uber driver has never driven passengers before and doesn't work for other ride-hailing services.
Uber doesn't provide rides. And Uber doesn't provide rides. They only provide software. So they can say it's outside of our scope of business.
They were looking for, you know what the state was looking for, more taxes.
Yes.
Fix it 24/7. FixMyHome.com. Fix it 24/7. If you're having a problem with electrical, if you're having a problem with plumbing, if you're having a problem with AC or heating, if you're having a problem and you want someone to troubleshoot it, Fix It 24/7 will do that for just $39. No matter how long it takes, they'll find the problem. And if you have the work done, the repair done, or the service done, they credit you the $39. You have absolutely nothing to lose. $39 is it, and you will find out what's wrong for sure. And I think you're going to go ahead and have them do it, because you will not find another company doing the same work for the same quality, same materials, same value for a lower price. It's that simple. FixMyHome.com, just $39. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Okay, let's keep going here. Now we have Gigi Wink with us from Wink & Wink. We also have some people from the ADA Center, Rocky Mountain ADA Center, talking about compliance, and it's a very interesting topic. We'll get to more of that. So who's been waiting the longest? It's Donovan. And Donovan, so basically, you got into an accident, your car was totaled, the loan was paid off, but the extended warranty was not paid off. Instead, you canceled it a few days later, and they come after you years later saying, you owe us for that 5-year warranty. And you said, I didn't have that warranty 5 years. I only had it for 5 minutes, basically, or whatever, 5 days. Or so why are they saying you did not adequately cancel the policy? Because I think a lot of people need to hear this. What are they saying? What are they blaming you for? Go ahead.
They're saying that the warranty was not paid for. They failed to collect payment.
Donovan, the only reason they would have to collect payment is if the warranty was still in effect. I think what happened was the finance company was supposed to pay for the warranty, and the dealer never paid for the warranty, and So
yeah, the dealer never paid for it.
But you didn't either. But the warranty was in your name. You have to look. You have to strip away everything and look at the essence. You signed a paper saying, I want to buy a warranty. The dealer promised you, we're going to pay for this warranty and put it in the loan. But the dealer wanted to make more money on the deal, so they never really paid it. They took that $2,000 in-house, and maybe they can say, well, we were going to pay it next week or the week later, but they never paid it. Now a warranty company is looking at an application, and they're saying, wait a minute, we have an app here, but we don't have our $2,100, so who do they go after? Not the dealer, because you're the one that signed up for the warranty. So they're going to go after Donovan. So Donovan, it's truly, in essence, the way it's done. Now, you just simply have to prove you never bought the warranty, you never executed the warranty.
I would take the dealer, not the warranty company, the dealer, if they're here in Colorado,
small claims court for breach of contract. But I think he's out of luck because I think they're going to say this happened in 2012. He's going to make the argument, but we just discovered it in 2018. And that's going to be a very difficult argument, right, Gigi?
Yeah,
aren't they very strict on statutes?
Yeah, I think
of limitation?
I think
it's
so.
Going to be difficult.
Yeah,
you
that's
could
a high
do it.
hurdle.
You listen, no matter what, you're not going to pay the $200. You didn't get any. Did you tell them that it was canceled or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it refundable?
You said you called the company and canceled it. So why are they wanting the money?
They're saying that so when I called and canceled it, they're saying that they didn't receive payment, so they can't cancel it.
Oh, they can't cancel it because it was in collection.
What dealership's this?
Automart USA on Havana.
Automart. You should go after Automart then. You need to.
That's what I called for.
I think you need to go after Automart, right, Gigi? They're the ones that they breached his agreement. They did it, not the warranty company.
If that was in the agreement that the warranty would be paid by the dealer.
He's saying it's in the sales contract.
Okay.
They make money on that. They pay $1,000. They charge
What's your comment, Suzanne?
So I just had a gentleman call and said if you report this to the dealer board, they'll handle it right away.
Ooh. So, okay, Donovan, here's what you do. Don't get confused, okay? You never paid for the warranty, so don't say you did like when you first called us. Just say this. The warranty was included, it was supposed to be included in the auto loan, but this company is saying they were never paid. They want me to pay it, but the car was totaled. Tell them the whole story.
Yeah, they're literally screwing them out of $2,000 in my opinion.
And yeah, they are, because they're going to make you pay this. And so you have a mess on your hands, but you got to go to the dealer licensing board, and we can call the dealer too, okay? Donovan, we'll call this dealer Automart. Deputy Clint, the question we say to Automart is this. You were supposed to pay for that warranty. Then when it was canceled, you could get your money back, but since you never paid, they're going after this kid for the money.
Ask him if he ever talked to the dealer.
Also, though, aside from all of this, it's probably uncollectible or about to be because the statute of limitations is 6 years.
In fact, hold on. It went into effect. What was the sale date? You're right, Gigi. When was the sale date of your car? When did you buy it?
October 11th, 2012.
Oh,
so
wait,
the end of this
6
year.
years. 6 years.
Right.
And they're not even trying to collect.
So
his problem is it's on his credit report.
So once the 6 years pass, he can dispute it with the credit reporting agencies.
Listen, do you know in October you're going to run past the 6-year statute? If you pay them even a dime right now, it's going to be a brand new agreement. If you let it, it'll expire in October.
Then you can get it off your credit.
Well, then Gigi said. Gigi Wink and Wink, they do this all the time. She said if it's past the 6-year statute of limitation for collection and they never tried to collect, there's no reason it should be on your credit report.
Then you can challenge it with each of the 3 credit reporting agencies.
Quick side note, Gigi.
It's not collectible outside the statute.
Don't bother calling the dealer.
Chapter 7 versus Chapter 13.
Okay,
Why is one 10 years, one 7 for your credit?
No, they're both.
Are they both off your
10.
credit? And they're both 10.
They're both 10 for reporting, Mark, not for building.
That's what I'm talking about. Reporting.
Right. Rebuilding can take 18 months. So
yeah.
It's
okay.
Pretty quick.
All right. Hold on. 303-713-8255. Raleigh House is a premier addiction recovery program, and they're providing a number that you can call at any time to get help. Now, this is not for those who have an addiction and you're calling with a crisis right now. It's a call for those with addicts in their circle. So if you need information, like for example, how do I know there's an addiction? What do I look for? What are the signs? How do I approach an addict in my life? What kind of addiction do you think it is if they're doing this, this, and this? Or what kind of programs are available? How much does it cost? Does insurance pay for it? And all of those questions, because they deal with substance abuse, both legal drugs and illegal drugs, and they deal with alcohol abuse, and they have this information line, and there's no obligation, no charge whatsoever, totally confidential. The Raleigh House, and here's the number, 720-893-5559, 720-893-5559.
This report is brought to you by the
I've never bought something pure like this for the day. But I might even hold on to it.
It's a tough spot. But I will say tomorrow it's going to be. Yeah, it's only 12 cents. That's
I didn't. Well, it was basically 2.9%. So whatever. I don't know the breakdown.
You must not have got my email. Hot tub thing.
It's got to be more than 12 cents, Dan, based off the 2.9.
They're not ordering the lid until she decides what frickin' color she's gone back and forth.
So what's wrong with that? Why does she care?
What?
On the lid, why does she care? Why doesn't she just pick her color and order it?
She's gone back and forth with them so many times, they don't want to order it until they get it in writing from them.
Holy shit.
So what's the problem? She emails them, I want this color.
I know.
Where'd you buy that?
What I told her.
What?
Some quote.
$40.
Or it's 47.
If you're looking for replacement windows,
so it'll be.
Everybody's jumping on it today just for the dividends.
Wow.
What's it? What did it
29
start?
cents
For the whole day?
No, it's up for over $1.
Yeah. 29 cents. 3%.
But the reason it's going up is the oil's going up.
That's why I'll probably hang on to it.
Yeah.
But
He said, "Oh, I want to pay $4 a gallon."
not me, baby.
I do.
I want to pay 18.
Oh, that would be. I retired.
I'll go buy my electric car and scooter.
Yeah, you're right. If it went to 18, you'd all be broke. Because they would stop buying. But I think $4 or $5 a gallon would be perfect right now, just for about 6 months.
New York, California, you're there.
Already there. Yep.
Manhattan was.
New York too? Really?
Yeah,
oh,
Manhattan was
California's
$55
Isn't
and
it
like
terrible
9 cents.
that every phase of our economy helps someone and hates you? Yeah, terrible. It really is. Why can't we have everybody win at the same time?
I sent you and Tom Donovan's paperwork, his bill of sale, his cancellation, just in case that changes anything for you guys.
This dealer, I think this dealer didn't have enough time to pay for the warranty. It's only 3 days later.
But it was wrapped up in the loan, and they probably got.
Yeah, but the loan probably didn't even get funded. If you want to know the truth, I mean, it's only been 4 days.
Someone in the back end of there knew that someone screwed him for $2,000.
I think they double dipped on him.
When they do a deal, they don't pay that warranty that day. They wait for the loan to be funded. That loan could take 3 or 4 days to be funded, and then it takes another few days to process. It could have very well been he got into an accident and had an insurance claim before it was even processed. Really, I mean, they didn't even. I don't think they got funded.
But they never did it, though. I agree. It never got funded in 2 or 3 days, but they never did it 5 years later.
And I would argue that company was never at risk. Therefore, that premium is unearned.
Look at the paperwork and see if it changes anything for you guys. I have them on hold.
We're not going to talk to them again. I mean, it's just we're not going to talk to them again. No matter what, the issue is. I don't think they were trying to screw with this guy. I really don't. I really don't because he got to an accident 2 days later. There is no way that warranty would be paid for by anyone in 2 days.
Okay, I'll kill him. I will also say I think the odds that they never sent him a collection letter since 2012 are probably slim.
Yeah, but he could have been moved.
Right, that's what I'm saying, and so then that statute of limitations is long past for him to sue anyone for breach of contract. If they can show one letter that they sent.
I think he just rides it out till October.
Yeah, now, there is a little, I was
He could be trying to buy a house or a
they
car right
probably
now.
can still report it, because you can report a debt for 7 years. Even though it's outside of the statute of limitations, they could argue.
I
like,
swear
we're
I
allowed
read
to
Chapter
report
7
it.
was 7 years
No.
and 13 was
No, they're the
10.
exact same.
They're the
It's
same.
foreclosure that's 7 years.
Foreclosure.
Yeah. So, I mean, they could push back and keep reporting. I don't think it violates the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, but
Which
he
is
could,
a joke because no
he
one
could
could afford
dispute
it.
it right now and say, you know, I don't owe this, the dealer owes it. He could dispute it right now and it might come off. I mean, there's companies that all they do is dispute debt and get it off of there. I don't really know why it works for some people and not for others.
Gigi, I'm bringing up another case for you here that
All
you've
right.
seen it many times.
Okay, yeah.
So this one here, 30 days.
So this
This is that same one.
okay, with the house that wasn't disclosed.
Okay, we have Gigi Wink from Wink & Wink, and I hope you never need them, bankruptcy attorneys. We also want to tell you about John Fuller, Fuller Law. Here's the good thing about Fuller Law. He'll answer any question you have about personal injury. So if you get injured and you don't want to call one of these sharks you see on TV or anybody, you just need some information, John Fuller truly is a good guy. He's not going to try to slam bam you into an agreement. If you're injured and you don't even know if you need an attorney, talk to him. If you think you need an attorney, he'll let you know. He'll let you know what he thinks the case is worth. He is a very honest, forthright guy. He's a great guy. Mark has
Used him himself and Suzanne in an accident. John Fuller, the website is this, personalinjuryco.com. Personalinjuryco.com. He has plenty of information there. Or call him at any time for free information, 303-597-4500, and free legal advice at 303-597-4500. Okay, so let's keep going here. And again, when we talked about Automart and that car deal thing, remember, he said he got into a car accident 2 days after buying that car. I do not believe that that dealer, we can't assume that dealer was never going to pay for that warranty. It usually takes 3 or 4 days for the loan to be funded, maybe even a week. Then after that's funded, then they process the warranty and send the check in. I mean, they sometimes don't have to send that check in for 30 days. I mean, it's very possible that dealer had every intention of paying for that warranty. But what happened is, since he was in an accident so soon, it totaled the car, they never did probably even fund the loan. The insurance probably just paid the dealer, and they never had, and they figured we're not paying for the warranty because the warranty was never used. It was never even in effect. So I think an application was made, but I don't think a warranty was ever really put in effect. So I think that this whole thing's a mess because of that. Sandy, what's going on with your roofers?
My exterior, they solicited me about February 7th.
Yeah, and I wish you would have I wish you would have been more proactive rather than letting them knock on your door and get the job. You're talking about Expert Exteriors, right? And did you pay them up front?
No. This is what's been rather interesting. When my insurance guy came and we talked on what the original contract that I understood I signed was for $15,141, and that was on February the 15th. On April 11th, I have a second quote for $20,980
from the same company.
And then this is through my insurances. Printed it out. And then now the end here, as of April 17th, is 2016.
Okay, now it's not uncommon for insurance to go up. I mean, not insurance, but a roofing bill to go up if they find damage. Now, if we want to assume they're crooked, we could say they're playing games. But it's not always that. Sometimes they get into a job and they find other problems that they then put in supplemental claims. So it's up to your adjuster to figure out if truly the bill should be $22. And the insurance will pay that, and you pay your deductible. So why would it bother you if it did increase if your insurance pays for it?
Okay. What we came down to was when we started this, my insurance came and he wrote out a check, but it was over $10,000. So Traveler said no, and somehow it ended up where my mortgage company said they were going to be responsible for disbursement of the monies.
Okay.
Well, they got their monies, and then and I had to sign off as well as them.
Right.
For
That's
payments.
Right.
Okay, so then I get a check at the end for $10,333, and I called with just my name. So I called my insurance agent, and I said, "Well, what's this now?" And he said, "Well, that's for you to pay off, what's been completed,
right,
and whatever."
That's right.
Well, all right. He also wrote up a thing here where.
Why don't you hold on and let's continue this? All right. And we'll see. We'll get to the bottom of it. I'm sure this can be taken care of because you have insurance. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. We have more coming up with Wink and Wink and all of your questions, problems, and complaints.
I think that's going. She's trying to keep some of the money.
That's usually where it is, but I hear she didn't get enough money.
So no, her deductible too.
I know. Okay.
So the $22,000, she might have $2,000 deductible plus the 10 that they.
That sounds normal.
Because in American financing, they offer 10, 13, or 18-year loans. Really, any term you need. It truly is a custom loan. You choose
It's very easy,
based on your budget. And
Okay. Yeah, let's
The
see.
only thing is,
Sure.
she said, this is what we know that this bankruptcy, you're screwed up, remember?
Right, except it's outside of the statute of limitations,
Right.
right?
Now, she said her lawyer told her to get rid of that property. This is the lawyer. I've left him several messages.
I know him. I don't believe that for 1 minute.
He won't return any calls.
I'll say this, he's a good lawyer. He is. He does a lot of Chapter 11s.
I trust you.
He didn't help her get rid of that property.
Yeah.
Yes,
wouldn't
we
thought so
always throw
easy.
the lawyer under the bus, but he's legit.
And I sent a message, I said, she said,
Yeah.
we have her own recording,
Yeah.
and she told you, said that you were okay.
There's no upside for him to get back.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because
So,
he's like, what is this,
I
some
just
witch
wish-
hunt?
I wish you
Yeah.
just
I know.
called back.
But he also is
I
probably
trust
just
you
like,
and
no
stuff.
way. I'm not stepping foot in it.
Really?
File something. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I would act that way. But I've also never had a situation where someone is lying about the advice I gave them. You know?
And as a bankruptcy lawyer.
No bankruptcy lawyer would ever.
No, but you would. You don't,
You'll lose your law license.
Oh,
for
no,
that.
but you wouldn't dig into that, right? You just take what they give you
Yes.
and go.
They are signing their paperwork under penalty of perjury.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm not.
Very good.
I'm not. I'm signing that, I did my job as a
Well, I
lawyer.
did a job and then, okay.
But how do you find that, right? I mean, you wouldn't be able to have any affordable bankruptcy if my job was to go and search in all 50 states.
You couldn't afford to go bankrupt.
You couldn't. You couldn't. You put all the lawyers out of business.
And you could tell them if you ever run into.
If I ever
You got my
EIN
number for
I
Major
just-
Radio. Can you see if you can find it? Just email it.
He's been around forever. He's good.
Who's that?
This guy.
Yeah.
Remember that lady we called him that certificate about?
She said he told her to transfer the property and not list
She
it.
said, when we brought up the bankruptcy, and she said, yeah, my lawyer told me to do everything my lawyer.
That one's stuck in your craw, didn't it?
Oh, it is wrong.
It
What they
did.
did is wrong, but it's on them. They
And
did
it's
it.
way too long.
No
I mean,
lawyer.
So many years ago.
How much did he get paid for that case? He's going to put his whole
I
career
agree
on the
with you.
line
I
for
agree with
some
you. I
nonsense.
agree.
Like, there's no way. No way.
No, I just needed you to say it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Now, some of them, I'd say, yeah, they probably did too.
Well,
But one
you're
of
right,
them
but who would
blew
do
his
it?
brains out, and the other one lost his law license.
Oh.
So, right? They're not around to worry about anymore until the next one comes up.
I won't tell, so you can tell them I won't bug them anymore.
I will. There's been some drama in the old bankruptcy community. I was talking about Michael Jude blowing his brains out, and then Kevin Heupel lost his law license. I was saying,
Did Kevin lose his
done for good.
Suzanne was
It was suspended, and I don't remember what happened. I think he wasn't paying
Yes, apparently
the
Suzanne Ford, the
restitution
shareholder,
because he
never
probably
heard back and on to
and he's done. So,
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to cheer, but they were both
No, I don't have an email for him.
they were both bad. I mean, Jude opened a car dealership. He was telling people that would come in for their bankruptcy, surrender that car, and then we'll write you a new loan here at my lot.
What do you think? I don't
You're a
bankruptcy
bankruptcy.
No, I just got to put something right into her that she has gotten to.
I think I know.
3 times and that's why the hot tub comes out on the top.
It's always the ones that do a lot of filings and then say that
that's why
it's only $500. No one can take care of it. It's just can't. It's just like that.
I even wrote down here something about.
She's probably one of the most ones as far as.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, divorce, family law. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it's just they're relaxing all the standards again, and that's what happened. Oh, like.
And House Modern Showroom,
No,
they do
not
things
that.
a little differently. From the way they treat their customers, the way they spell their name, that's H-A-U-S-S. You'll notice the difference. But the moment you walk into their beautiful new showroom, House Modern is your one-stop shop.
Oh, yeah, right. What happened to them? Are they still around?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Super Parks.
Visit them online.
Yeah, and
I went after them.
Modern.
Yeah.
They're on the referral list. They owed us money.
Yep.
And I served them, and I got full payment.
Easy drinking beer with a perfect storm of tiny.
Okay, let's see if they're around. Oh yeah, I haven't heard of them in a while. But there's another one who's doing the $500 bankruptcies allegedly. They're always upcharging everyone, and he's. You know, it'll end the same way. Yeah, they've got a Facebook page, but they don't have their website.
Why do we have to practice saying things like, I'm just looking for, what's your lowest price?
Yeah,
why can't somebody just let us take our time?
Yeah, look, full bankruptcy representation for $5.99.
And I'm here to tell you there's a better way.
Good luck with that.
Right in our backyard since 1993.
Of course. See, look, there's a little asterisk.
1 hour
But
and 0
where prices begin at $5.99 and maybe higher due to the complexity and nature of the case.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Tom Martino on 630.
J-How. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show this hour, brought to you by Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. And I can say I know all about them because I actually use them. And not for myself, but for my kids, because on the kids' side, they call themselves the New Orthodontics, New Early Orthodontics. Neo, out of Lone Tree. It's a great system. Hey, if you're just tuning in, we solve problems, we answer questions, we take complaints. We have Richard who wants to talk about a mattress purchase. Sandy wants to talk about expert exteriors. We have to figure out what a roofing problem is, and we'll get right to that, okay? Because that's what we do. We've recovered, oh my God, this year alone, millions, and we do every year millions. Over the last nearly 40 years, hundreds of millions in cash, merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services. So, let's talk about Aurora Orthodontics, or let's talk about actually New Early Orthodontics, which is, one is for adults, one is for children. Now, the one with children, if you get children very early, they wear mouthpieces at night. Not braces, just mouthpieces. You pay like $140 a month for a kid. That's it. And then it could vary, I guess, but I'm paying $140, and my other kid's $140, and then they wear these mouthpieces. And then they go in for regular visits, and they adjust the mouthpieces. And that widens their palate and straightens their teeth. Now, if you get them early enough, they may never need braces. If they do need braces, it's a fraction of the time of the conventional time. So it's less expensive than regular orthodontics. You save money, and it's more natural. No extractions, no surgeries, even in the most severe cases. Now, you can check them out. It's called Neo, N-E-O, which stands for New Early Orthodontics. It's at the Lincoln Light Rail Station, but you don't have to remember that. Just remember this. New Early Orthodontics.com. You'll be astounded at this new system. NewEarlyOrthodontics.com. Okay, so Sandy said, let me just get it straight. I want to strip it down, not to estimates, not to anything, because what happens is estimates are not binding necessarily the way they're written, and it's not uncommon to have supplemental claims. But the insurance company, I don't believe, would pay unless they believe the work was done. But I just want to strip it down to the raw stuff. Okay, the entire bill, the total bill from the roofing company was $22,016, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and the total you got from insurance, the absolute total was how much? What they were paid plus what you're paid, just the absolute total, what I heard was $20,300. Is that correct?
Well, I'm not sure, Tom.
Well, you're the one that told me those numbers. I didn't get. Where would I get them? Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that.
Tell me the numbers.
Talking about.
What are you talking about?
I am confused with what these numbers were. Yeah, here's what happened here. This has been going on since
Sandy.
February.
I need to know the total bill from the roofer is how much. That's what I need to know. $22,016. You told me that.
I think
$22,016, right?
Yeah, that's on one page here. It says 21 for 417, 21,093, and then when you go to the last page,
that's all I care about. The last page, the total bill, $22,016, right? I listened to you. That's why I want you to know I listened.
No. Okay, that's what it says.
And then you said that the insurance company issued 2 checks totaling $20,300, right?
No.
Yes, you told me that. You told me that. You said they issued a check for $10,000 in the beginning and another one for $10,300.
No. What happened was, well, they started out with one for $10,000 and something, and then that was not acceptable by travelers. They had to go through my mortgage company. They said that anything over
$10,000, and then what?
Okay, so then the mortgage company took over the fact that they were going to disperse the funds accordingly.
Which they dispersed. They dispersed $10,000.
Oh man,
Sandy, if you can't answer this simple question, I can't say anything. Here's one simple question, only one. I know you want to tell me a bunch of stuff, and I promise you, I've heard enough of these complaints that I know how to handle them. I just need to know this, and then you can say anything you want. How much money in total has been issued in total from your insurance company? If you need a few minutes, I'll put you on hold and you can find out. I need to know how much in total has been paid by your insurance. Now, I mean paid to you, paid to your mortgage, paid to the roofer. All three. How much in total has been paid? Do you know?
No. But that's not my question.
What's your
Tom.
question? What's your question?
My question is that with this last check, my insurance agent sent me because there were things that were in the contract to be paid for that weren't done, and so he came up with a breakdown as follows: and that $1,538.84 of things that were scheduled to be done were not done.
Okay.
And of that, and they told me just to leave that in there. For instance, they said something about the siding. I didn't.
But you see why I need to.
And I'm 73.
Sandy,
and they're going on.
Then I'm going to be. I'm sorry. Listen, Sandy. I swear to God, there's a reason I'm asking for how much the insurance paid, because it's the only way. It's the only way I'm going to know if the 1538 needs to be taken out or not. If you could just find that out for me, I promise you, we will help you. We will make sure you don't pay a dime more than you need to, and we'll make sure. How much is your deductible? How much do you have to pay out of your pocket?
My deductible was $1,500, of which I have paid I paid $750 out of my pocket to begin with.
And when did you pay the other $750?
It was coming out of, according to what my agent told me, to use this $1,538 of things that were not done.
That's
not still not done.
That's not the way it works, Sandy. Your agent was not telling you correctly. I promise you, he's not telling you correctly. If the work was not done, then it shouldn't be paid for, and therefore it doesn't come out of there. Okay? That's why I need to know the total amount. Here's what I'm going to do. Okay. Suzanne, we will help you, I promise you, Sandy, and you won't have to come on the radio again. Just do me a favor and Clint's going to talk to you and find out how much your insurance paid. He'll talk to your agent. And then here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure you only pay for what was done. But here's what you need to know, Sandy, because I don't want you to be disappointed. Let's say that instead of $22,000 worth of work, they only did 20. Okay, let's just say that, all right? You still technically have to pay $1,500 toward the 20. If only $15,000 was done, you have to pay $1,500 toward the $15,000, because it doesn't say that you pay a percentage of what is paid. You pay the first $1,500, and that's the way insurance contracts are written. So if you already paid $750, then what we're going to do is make sure you don't pay another dime more than $750, and that your insurance only pays for what was done. But if you're hoping we can get a discount for work not done and apply it to your deductible, we can't do that, because that's no. Okay, but we can help you. So Clint, why don't you talk to her and help her? 303-713-8255. Eric's got a comment on service animals and Uber and Lyft. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey, Tom. So with Uber and Lyft, the drivers get screwed on the service animal policy.
Why?
We cannot refuse to take somebody with a service animal, and if the service animal does damage inside of our vehicle, we will not be reimbursed.
Wait,
for that damage.
Who says you can't refuse the service animal?
That is in writing. That is
in the contract.
In writing.
Eric, I'm asking who is requiring it. I didn't say if it's writing. Who is
Uber
requiring?
and Lyft requires that when you sign
the
with
company
them.
does. Okay.
Right.
All
and
right.
the other part, and I know a driver who recently had a service dog urinate in his vehicle.
No, I understand what you're saying, and you're saying you cannot get reimbursement. So what did you want to say about that at the ADA? What did you want to say?
Yeah, so you can't have a surcharge for a service animal. However, if the service animal damages, you can.
Of course you can.
You can ask them to recover those
He's 100%
damages.
wrong saying
That's
that,
correct.
unless if what he's trying to say is Uber and Lyft won't reimburse him. He needs to go after the rider.
The owner of the service animal.
Let Eric finish.
Uber and Lyft will not. Number one, yes, you cannot go to Uber and Lyft for a damage claim.
I know, Eric. Okay.
And Uber and Lyft will not give you the information of the passenger to go after them.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Okay, but you have their cell number.
I've been doing it for 3 years.
You have their cell number.
Nope. Don't have their cell phone number.
Well, I get. Then you're.
No, it's through the app. He's right. You don't. They don't, man.
They don't have the number.
I've been doing this for 3 years.
Because they call me.
They do call you, but it's through the app.
Right.
It's all masked.
It's a different number. It's all masked.
Yeah, he brings up a hell of a good point now that he's saying it.
And what is the good point?
The good point is Uber and Lyft won't give you the information to go after the rider to sue him.
And why? Like okay, policy. But the way it does sound flawed for the driver, but Eric has a choice not to do that.
That's right.
He has a choice not to drive for them.
Right. A good point, though. He did bring up a good point.
Now, what about?
So I will not bring my small pony in his vehicle.
What about the truth of this that I heard, Eric? What about the truth of this that I heard? I heard that if an Uber or Lyft driver sees someone with a service dog, they drive on by.
I have heard of it happening, and there's kind of I've heard of drivers doing this, and it becomes a case of how best is the driver going to now, and I have not and will never do this. Have never refused a passenger in my life. But I have heard of drivers doing this, and it comes down to how is the driver going to lie to get away with it.
Here's another curious thing about his comment on service animals. You realize if a human spills their coffee or something in that vehicle, he can charge that human through the app for a pickup, $10 to clean up or whatever. Isn't that correct?
You have to give proof of the cleanup. Generally, they'll only give like $10 or $15 unless you give a receipt.
But you can't do it for an animal or a service animal.
Right.
God, that is bizarre.
All right.
So if a human, think of this, if a human urinated in his vehicle, he could get his $15 or whatever the receipt is. Right. But if the dog doesn't, he can't. That is flawed.
Hey, Richard, we're going to come back to you with this mattress purchase. If you could do us a favor and tell us the store, please. Richard?
Goodwill.
Yes. What store did you deal with?
I dealt with, it's not really a store necessarily, it's called CFS.
Is it online?
Yeah, well, they have an email address.
Well, how did you buy it? Online?
No, I heard of a sale for mattresses over at Liberty High School in Colorado Springs.
So it was literally like a tent sale.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that. They had a big area in the school that they had mattresses laid out.
Oh, wow. Okay, hold on, and we'll come right back to you. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I've told you about him before. I'll tell you about him again. He is the best of the best when it comes to buying or selling real estate. You simply cannot go wrong. 303-920-1622.
This report is brought to you by Revive Water-Saving Fertilizer and Soil
As
Treatment.
1 shower drive.
Yeah, the high school in our neighborhood just buy their nurses there. Yeah, I don't know who they contract with for that.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta
They probably just get a percentage.
What do they get for
It's like when you have a spirit night at a local restaurant.
What did they spill coffee? They get to
No,
clean
have
up
it.
like a detail
Nope,
thing,
I'm
or
good.
they just get $15 or what? What if somebody spilled a coffee in an Uber car? What do they get?
What if they got in
10 or $15, or if they can actually show the receipt where they had to have it, steam cleaned or something.
Okay, so
and then they'll have to authorize it.
So just don't say it's a service animal. Just say that there was a cleanup.
But you have to prove.
No, but that person they're billing it to pays for it. So when you think your ride was $8 and now all of it's $28, you're going to say, what the hell is this for?
Yeah, but they're not going to connect that they're not supposed to charge for it. If you're going cleaning that car and you get billed for it, you're going to think it's normal.
Exactly.
You don't know what Uber
Better than driving right
That's what I would do.
How would you distinguish as a service animal? Just there was a mess in the car? Or,
Yeah, that's what I agree.
Say the person urinated.
like
there you
Oh,
go.
like the front seat, urination in the car.
Right.
There was public urinations.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Oh boy.
No, that's only from your
Oh.
Did you see that?
UIV, urination in vehicle.
What was his
That
name?
guy was
What was his name? Mike
wasted.
Hag. From Boulder. They put it all over everywhere.
What was his name?
Mike Hag. H-A-A-G. Boulder.
Yeah, he drank way too much before
Remember that one? Did you see the video?
He was harassing a woman first, and then he peed on there.
And he didn't get arrested for it.
Oh, absolutely, he got it.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
They pulled him off
He
the plane.
shouldn't be allowed to fly anymore, honestly.
Yeah.
So gross.
But can you imagine your name and
No,
your city where you're at?
We're gonna
It's
lock
all
it
over
up.
the internet.
Oh my God. It's
You
pretty
can't
crazy.
make this stuff up.
No, you can't. No, why do we need fiction?
Genesis Total Exteriors, Mark Szymanski, we trust him. You can too, Genesis. And he does all of the exterior stuff you need right now when the weather's good. Then he moves to interiors in the winter. So any kind of home improvement, 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. So, Richard, you went to a high school and bought a mattress. Now, here's the deal. Who do we go after? I mean, first of all, what's wrong with the mattress?
The mattress already has bed springs that are broken, and getting on the mattress, you can hear the bed springs.
Okay,
and
so how much did you pay for the mattress?
A total of $642.
Wow. It's not like a piece of garbage. Why did you do it that way and not...
Who are these little hooligans that sold it to you? What school's this?
No, it's not the kids that did it. I think they rent space in the school.
Oh, it's not for
No.
They rent space and sell mattresses.
I think it's a fundraiser.
Trying to raise money for the school.
Yeah, it's a fundraiser. The school probably gets a small percentage.
So did you
of sales.
contact the school?
No, not the school. They didn't have really anything to do with it that I can see.
Yeah, they did. If they allowed them to go in there for a percentage of the funds.
They've got a big thing. What school is it?
Liberty High School in Colorado Springs on the northeast side.
Well, they would have to contact information. I am sure school might have said, well, what if we have a problem with purchases? I mean, they had to have discussed this.
Well, it's gone a little farther than that already. They said that now that I purchased a new mattress, I didn't want a replacement that they would offer me because I said it would be the same way.
But Richard,
so
hold on.
I'm waiting for them to come out and take the old mattress away, and then they would refund the money.
Oh, okay. That's what they said they would do?
Yes, they said that.
Okay. Did you pay by credit card?
Yes, I did.
Contest the charge. You did not get what you paid for. I'm telling you, most credit card issuers lean very heavily toward consumers. And listen, it's not that we don't want to help you, but I want to help you by giving you the easiest way to be helped. And the easiest way is not us arguing with them. It's for you to flag the purchase. And once you do that, we'll walk you through the other process, but that's what you do.
And if you lose that through your credit card, call us back, then we'll help you go after the school.
But I would first contest it. There's a place for it wasn't what you ordered or wasn't what you wanted, or you didn't get it at all, or fraud, but that's what I would do. And you can do it online with your credit card. Richard, that is the quickest way to do it. Then when you hear from them, or they try to contest it, you tell them the mattress is here ready for pickup. You've already communicated with them. They're supposed to come pick it up. You've done everything that the credit card company requires in order to issue a credit. Sherry, what's going on with you, Sherry?
Hey, Tom. I called to talk about Fix-It 24/7.
I hope you didn't have a problem.
None at all.
Oh.
I heard about them on your radio.
Yes.
I called them. They came the next day. We had AC in 2 of the bedrooms. We were just doing the individual rooms.
Yes.
The next day. 24 hours later.
That's cool.
I have AC.
And did they do a great job?
Oh, my gosh. Dean was the salesman that came out and explained everything to us. Amazing. Nick and Nico came out and did the work. I have never dealt with nicer guys, more polite, professional. It was delightful.
Well, thank you. You know what? Thank you, Sherry. I do appreciate that very much. By the way, their techs don't sell. That's why they have separate salespeople if you call for a unit. And if a tech goes out and finds something wrong, he's not allowed to sell you and upsell you. So they just try to separate the duties. Brian, what's going on with you, Brian?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
We bought a RV from Nolan's back in September.
What's the problem?
Basically, we test drove it. Everything was perfect, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They gave us a Carfax and when we asked about accidents and maintenance and stuff.
Yeah.
And Carfax was perfect, blah, blah, blah. They gave us a New Mexico title. We tried to register it here in Denver, and they said, well, it's a salvage vehicle.
What?
Said, what?
Wait a minute. It was salvaged and it never showed up on Carfax?
Nope. It checked the VIN and everything.
Well, wait a minute. Did Nolan's know it was salvaged?
I don't know, but it's up to the consumer. They say it's up to the consumer to check.
Well, whoa. Not entirely. Come on. It's up to the consumer
to know about it, you know?
Yeah, well, listen. Certainly Nolan's has been around long enough. If they sell a wrecked vehicle that's salvaged, they're going to do something about it.
It's got to be on the salvage. It's going to have a salvage title, and it's going to be on the sales receipt.
Did they sell it to you as new or used? It's used, right?
The title was not branded whatsoever. It was a clean title.
Was it used? Was it used?
Yes, it was used.
It could be that Nolan's did not know about it. It could be, because you said the title was not branded.
But how does he know it's salvaged
That's
then?
what I want to know. How does Colorado know?
Because immediately I contacted Carfax, and Carfax sent me the report, and it said it's been salvaged since 2004.
Wait a minute.
Why didn't they do that?
Wait a minute. You said that Nolan's gave you a Carfax, and blah, blah, blah.
There's a copy of a Carfax, and then matched.
Wait a minute. The copy of the Carfax they gave you and the one that you got did not match.
No, they did not match. It's been salvaged since 2004.
Wait. Is it possible that they dummied up a Carfax to give to you?
I think so.
Mark, I mean, if he's got the real Carfax, and do you have the one that Nolan's gave to you?
It's curious, but it could have been reported way after. I don't know why it would take that long, though.
Now, hold on. How long elapsed from the time you saw the Carfax at Nolan's to the time you saw the new Carfax? How much time in between?
3 months.
Yeah, no.
Are you using the correct word, though? Salvaged? It said salvaged, not wrecked, not totaled. It said salvaged.
Mark, since 2004, 14 years ago.
Hold on. What did you say?
It was totaled.
Does it say salvaged?
Yeah, it was salvaged since 2004. And the kicker thing is, they also wrote on our warranty, it says never had any recalls.
I want to see that. I want to see that Carfax.
I want to see it. Listen, we'll help you go after Nolan's, but I got to ask.
Here's what I think. I think it's saying totaled or something, not salvaged.
Well, totaled is, if it's totaled, Mark, it's a total damage. I mean, I think the guy should be advised. I want to know this. What's really curious is, where did Nolan's get that Carfax they gave you? Where the hell did they get it?
I think it was fraudulent.
Well, okay, listen. Did you call Nolan's?
Yeah, they went out of business a month after we bought it.
Oh, well then that's end of story. There's nothing we can do about that. I mean, they're out of business. Wait, really? They're out of business?
Yeah, they went out of business, and they were bonded at the time for $50,000. But Merchants, the bonding company, says we have to prove fraud, and their charter says we only have to prove unethical practice.
What charter?
The bylaws, Merchants Bonding's bylaws.
Oh, really?
The bond. Said that.
Wait. You actually got a hold of the bylaws of the bond?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Really. And so they're not telling you the truth about the bond.
Right.
You did some good homework. Hold on a second. You may have a claim against that bond. What do you mean proving fraud? Isn't it fraud per se? They sold you something that was salvaged. And
maybe they didn't know, though.
Yeah, but hold on.
They didn't know it's unethical, because if I, as a consumer, can get a free Carfax report reporting exactly that it was a salvaged vehicle, they could have done the same thing. And it's actually required by law for anybody who has a out-of-state title to get a VIN check on it.
You know what? You're right, man. You are right. You may.
Why do we have to admit it? They don't, and they're the experts.
I want to see his paperwork.
I want to see the.
When we drove off from that lot, the law says they must sell a safe vehicle. We had a blowout not 15 miles away.
Yeah, well, we can't go there. Listen, we can't go there. What we can do, Brian, is stick to the topic. You have a vehicle that was totaled, that was salvaged. You were never told. I don't think you have to prove fraud. I think if you have those bylaws, I think you can sue them on their own bylaws. They're not sticking to them. But I mean, they can't just make it up as they go.
God, I'm chomping at the bit to see the paperwork. I have this inkling something's going to be wrong.
Okay, did you call the dealer licensing board?
No, I've contacted everybody else. We even have a Colorado investigator investigate it, but he hasn't done nothing.
Hold on. When you say a Colorado investigator, from where?
Dora.
That's the dealer licensing board, Department of Regulatory Agencies.
Yeah, we have an investigator, Kelly, and in 3 months he has not done nothing.
Well, can you give us his number? Not right now, but I want Clint to talk to you. I want to follow this up. Here's what we have to do. We have to determine where that bond is, and I think we need to go after the bond company.
Do you have both Carfaxes?
The one he slid us one. Let's check it out. Twice I checked the VIN number on it. And because, I mean, I'm skeptical.
We just asked you a question. We just asked you a question that you side danced. Do you have both?
No, we don't have both. We just have the one.
Which one?
The one that's the salvage thing.
Then how can you prove that they gave you a clean Carfax? That's ridiculous. You don't have a copy of the original Carfax?
No, because he took it back. But even the warranty says no factory recalls, and it has been recalled. I mean,
that's not fraud, though. No factory recalls and one factory. That's not fraud. Listen, bro. You know. What's to keep? Wait, man. What's to keep Nolan's from saying that you knew it was salvaged? I mean, what does it? It depends.
Because it wasn't on the title. Well, title has to be branded.
Okay, listen, Brian. The title doesn't have to be branded once they wash it. It's not it's really not. If they did that before, it's not Nolan's fault. Do you understand? If Nolan was presented a clean title, how would they know? How would they know?
Because if it's required by a citizen to run a check on the VIN number, which anybody can do, why isn't it required for a 30-year professional?
How do you know they didn't? How do you know they didn't get a VIN verification? That's not a Carfax. That's a VIN verification.
See, you are in an untenable situation where you must prove fraud from an entity that no longer exists, so you can't even question them. So this bond company is just going to say, you never proved they defrauded you. They were a victim too. I mean, that's what they're going to say. I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying that's what they're going to say.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now, what we need to do is get a copy of all the paperwork. Hold on, and we'll have someone talk to you off the air. I need to get this quick question here. What is your question, for ADA, our compliance people, Kathy, Rocky Mountain.
Okay.
Rocky Mountain ADA Center. Go ahead.
I used to. I worked for a restaurant. It's a cafe and bakery in the Denver area, and we had a lady with her, excuse me, two daughters that came into the restaurant, and they had a dog. They didn't even have it on a leash, and it did not have a service dog, you know.
And what about it?
Thing. Well, we didn't say anything to them, but when they got to their table, they put the dog on the bench, and the dog's head was at the table, basically on the table.
All right, hold on, and we'll talk about that, all right? We will. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This is terrible, terrible. If you have an invention, a copyright, if you have anything that you need to protect intellectually, it's called intellectual property when you invent something or think of something. Mark Trenner, Trenner Law. Don't go to the internet sites with the 1-800 numbers that promise you fame and fortune and riches. They rip you off. They take money up front. That'll never happen with Mark Trenner. 720-221-3708. He's a patent attorney. In fact, you can get to his website through our referral list. Look for Mark Trenner. Referrallist.com. Search for him. He also has free booklets available for those who need help, either getting a copyright or a trademark or an invention. 720-221-3708.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
I just wanted to start shooting holes through his story. You know, how much work would you have to go through to phony up a Carfax? I mean, it just sounds bizarre.
The dealer made
You can look at a Carfax and see what it is, but when they took it in for trade, they may have taken a power of attorney and they're waiting for the title to be paid off.
I wonder if he even has his
what is this car worth?
sales price. You didn't even get into what are its... Dan brings up an interesting point, believe it or not. 2004 car. This thing's... What's the value of this car? What are his damages?
I bet it is.
Well, how we don't know what he paid.
We have no idea. But what he paid doesn't even matter. What?
Looking at their adult.
No, they just said it was a salvage title.
No, he's pissed off because he saw a Carfax that says the car was totaled.
What made him get another Carfax?
I don't think the Carfax says it's been salvaged. He would not answer that. Right.
If he saw one of the dealerships, are you getting the paperwork?
Yeah.
Talk to him?
No, he got one of the dealerships.
How's he getting it to you? How's he getting it to you?
I've got his phone number. I just got to call him.
Oh, okay. See if he can email it to live at Troubleshooter right now.
Why would
tell him he can even take a picture of it on his cell phone and text it as needed.
But why would the dealership just show them and then take it away?
They wouldn't.
I know. They always just give it.
And if they did do that, what would you do? You would go, that's a little flaky.
Let's start off with the good news. South of town that crashed northbound I-25.
Hey, Dan, if a service dog bites you, the owner is still responsible for the service dog, right?
As well.
Yeah, and you can, if a service animal is out of control or two service animals, you can
shoot them.
No, shoot them. But you can.
Well, we aren't
talking about here.
You know what Mig would do?
Oh my gosh.
Mig would eat them.
Oh my gosh.
I made his jaw drop so far with we had this guy, common man named Mig, and he told me before he came in where he grew up in China, and right down the road was a restaurant that literally served only dog. That's all they served. And that's what he grew up on. So I said during the show, I said, yeah, and you know, he's from China, all they eat is dog.
Oh boy.
But that's considered racist when you say all they eat is dog.
Well, I said all he ate was dog, though.
Anyway,
I said no cats.
That's akin to saying all blacks eat watermelon. It is. That's when you say all.
No, I said he grew up eating.
That's not what you said when you first said it.
No, but that is what I said. I was careful.
The name of the restaurant was Walk Your Dog.
Oh my God! Exactly. That's exactly right.
That's right. A quality repipe, wall patching, a lifetime guarantee. I don't see what's so bad about that anyway.
In a lot of countries, they do it.
In France, I know they're getting away for it. Horse, right? They're getting away from that.
Sweet? Oh, man.
I heard they're getting away from
the IKEA Swedish meatballs had all horse in them. I shit you not. At the stores.
Whoa.
I shit you not.
Really?
Yep. They got the DNA test. They did the test. They got in a lot of trouble, man.
Really?
Yeah, because it doesn't say horse on the back.
Does the Swedes eat horse or?
Okay, Tom Martino here, and Kathy, the ADA issue.
So you were a waitress at this restaurant, is that right?
No, actually, I was working in marketing, but I was in the store just checking in with the
did it bug you? Did it bug you? This?
It did, because, you know, that's just unsanitary. Obviously, it was an emotional support dog is what they must have been claiming, but you can't ask. It wasn't identified as a service dog. What if another customer had questioned the owner about that?
Yeah, so first of all, it doesn't have to have a vest or identified as a service animal. That's not part of the law.
That's that's urban legend.
Yeah, and so the question of whether or not it's on a chair and at head level to the table, generally you would say that the service animal needs to be on the floor. However, it's going to depend on the task that it has been trained to perform. And if that task that it's been trained to perform requires it to be at that level, then it would be acceptable to have the service animal at that level.
But what if another customer said something about it, complained or anything like that?
At that point, it's really just a complaint. You can ask the two questions. Is this animal required because of a disability? And the second question is, what is the task that it has been trained to perform?
You can ask, is it required due to a disability?
Yes, that's the first question. If the answer is yes, then what is the task it has been trained to perform?
But now, what if they say it's emotional support? Then there's no legal obligation. They can get out.
Correct. You can ask the animal to leave.
Yeah.
See, emotional support is not.
Feel happy it was a dog. That could have been a miniature horse for real.
You are right.
Sherry, go ahead, Sherry.
Hi. I just wanted to tell you that I went into the Costco in Parker and had my large service dog with me, and they stopped me right at the door before I even got up to where you show them the card, and said I could not take him in. And I said, well, he is a service dog. And I use a walker, so...
And what did they say?
They said, you cannot take him in.
They're wrong.
How do we know he's a service dog? And I said, you cannot even ask me. I said, but he is, and I have had him in this store
Would they do that
before.
again if we came with you? Would they do that again?
I don't know. They did it. 3 different people told me that. I said, you
now listen,
but Dana said they definitely can ask you that, so let's not get that confused.
They can ask you what the task it's been trained to perform.
They just ask, is it for due to a disability? Is it, Kathy? I'm asking you the questions they're allowed to ask. Do you have this dog due to a disability?
Are you asking Sherry?
I'm asking you, Sherry. I'm sorry, Sherry. I'm looking at the wrong line. Yes, Sherry.
I do.
Okay, and can you tell me what the dog is trained to do?
Yes. Do you want me to tell you?
Yes. What is the service?
He is trained to pick up stuff.
Okay.
He is trained to keep me steady if I don't have my walker.
That's it.
I can't imagine Costco's doing that.
Sherry, if you want to leave your number, we would be happy to accompany you to a Costco and file a lawsuit.
I bet we couldn't duplicate it.
Get an attorney to file.
I told them all I wanted was the tomato plants right inside there. I said,
what did they say? No.
Get my tomato plants and I'll leave. And they said, no, the dog has to go to the car. I said, absolutely
no,
not.
They can't do that.
Over 80 degrees. I said, I'm not putting him in the car.
Sherry, we can make this a big deal.
Yeah.
This is not right.
Yeah, so you actually file a complaint online?
You can file a complaint, Sherry. You can file.
To find out how to file one.
Okay,
sure.
Go ahead.
So you go through the Department of Justice. Do you have a pen? I can give you the 1-800 number for them.
I have it. I had it ready.
It's 1-800-514-0301. Or you can call our office, the Rocky Mountain ADA Center. Go online to RockyMountainADA.org, and we can get you that information. We can get you a website, and we can walk you through how to do that. Our 1-800 number is 1-800-949-4232.
Hold on. Say that slower. 800.
949-4232. That's direct to the Rocky Mountain ADA.
If that came into you as a complaint,
sure.
What's the first thing you do? Do you guys actually have an investigator, or what would happen in this scenario?
Sure, we're not an enforcement agency, so we provide the resource to get to the Department of Justice to file a complaint.
She will help Sherry file the complaint.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Now, I had been in that Costco store.
Did you ever?
It's just a matter of poor training.
Clint,
could be a rogue employee.
Yeah.
Can you? We want to go call that manager right now in Parker from the Costco and tell him about.
They let me. This happened about 12 days ago, a week from.
And?
I don't know what day. Saturday, I had taken the dog to get groomed, and came back and thought I'd stop real quick to see if they had their tomato plants in. Not that you need to know that.
And
that was when I was stopped at the door before I could even get inside.
But you said, but they let me, and you didn't finish that sentence. They let
me get my tomato plants and pay for them and leave.
No.
But they still should have allowed you to bring the dog.
Wrong answer.
I did take the dog.
I know, but they...
Did they let the dog in finally?
Yes.
But what if...
Just to pay for the tomato
But
plants.
what if you wanted to shop?
I did, but I didn't do that. I don't want to force it. I don't want to... And I told him I wouldn't take the dog to the car because it was 80,
I know, but what if you wanted to shop? What if you wanted to shop?
I went and got my stuff at a different store.
It's like a moving target here.
Did you go to a different Costco?
No, I went to a Walmart and got what I needed and took him in with me.
Would you be able to just hang on? Clint, I want to call Costco and Parker right now.
If she's got a Costco card, of course, she pays for that yearly. She must have been in this Costco numerous times. Did it happen just once, or is this something that...
Just once.
Just once.
Why do you think it happened
But she said she talked to some other people that it had happened to at that location.
So they need their staff to be trained.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you said you talked to some people.
That's why I said it's a moving target.
Okay.
Okay. Sherry, we all heard you say that you heard it from other people that this has happened.
No, I never said that.
Okay, well, we can pull the tape because we all heard it, but okay. Tom, what is your comment?
You know, more and more you're hearing people talk about bringing their service, they're calling their emotional support dog their service animal.
You're right, and it's wrong, and it's wrong.
And how do you, now, if they asked me the questions, and I said, well, he, seizures. Yeah, I have seizures, and he
senses them.
Lets me know when I'm having seizures. How do I mean...
You don't have
you don't have to prove it.
You don't have to prove it, Tom. That's what we were saying. Anyone can get away with it.
It makes it really convoluted and hard.
Anyone can get away with it.
There should be some sort of system to where to where a dog has to be certified and they should show a certificate. Right now, it's just an open game.
Yeah, there's no certification process at all.
And people couldn't. Some people couldn't pay for that on that side of it, though.
I mean, to get a trained service animal that you don't train yourself could cost upwards of $20,000.
Or what about the dog has to be certified by some sort of trainer?
I mean, that's not part of the law currently.
Or the miniature horse. People always leave that out.
I know.
Right. I mean, I tried to bring my miniature horse into McDonald's.
Clint, would you go talk to her, please?
And they wanted to cook it in the back.
All right, so 303-713-8255. We have lines open. We will get right to you if you call right now, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And, of course, 24/7, you can call 303-MARTINO. Listen, I can't believe that anyone can take a dog and claim it to be a service animal, and there is no proof necessary. That's it, period. Nothing. Nothing. You just walk in. So why I mean, I just don't even understand it. There's no certification. There's nothing. They're just, you can say. So if it's emotional support animal and you're afraid they won't be let in because they're emotional support, all you have to do is lie and say it's a service animal. That's it. And lie about the task and you're in. There's no proof. There's nothing. People are taking advantage of it all the time. We have more coming up.
This report is said about the guy going into DMV though with no legs. It's obvious.
Right? I didn't hear that. Where did it come up with that? She did.
Gigi, she said
You're
3
right.
or 4
okay.
things. She
and
said.
I missed it.
One, the dog never went in.
Right. Yeah,
then all of a sudden the dog went in just for tomato plants.
Yeah.
Then ultimately, no, I did go shopping that day.
Yeah.
The lady hung up. They let her before we got a chance to go. They let her pay for it.
Well, I don't want to make a big deal on Costco because they got stock.
Oh, I
But I do agree. It's poor training. They could easily fix it.
But we're also talking
Costco. Breastfeeding. That happens all the time with breastfeeding. You're not allowed to do this.
Training is
I'm filming you doing this because I know you're not allowed to do this. Yeah.
You know what? Who cares about the? Is this the hill they want to die on?
Maybe she actually has a cat that she thinks is a dog, and they wouldn't let the cat.
They don't get to bring their.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to bring my dog with me everywhere.
Yeah. I wouldn't because he would like it.
I want a miniature.
He's not a people person.
I've got two service dogs. We don't ever take them to the
You
store.
don't go like try to. Right.
They do really.
Yeah, she's my aunt is
That's amazing.
No, it's terrible.
and so she'll bring kids over.
And they love those dogs.
Yeah, and actually they brought me down to the spring where we live for my son's birthday party.
Melanoma?
Yes,
Yeah.
melanoma. It's always like smells very
amazing.
Yeah, they're really good at that. So wait, why the trouble? You take them to the nursing home.
The dogs love people.
Yeah.
They can't let them touch them.
Oh, so it's just kind of brutal. Yeah.
And then the people want to know an answer if the dog
Alert.
and because you're
You
not a dog.
can't. You have to then go follow up that spot, right?
It is funny, even if you prove,
My wife did it twice.
even if you
She
could
was
get
like, you
copies
know
of their
what, I
medical
need it.
records,
Everything
everything in the world, if you could prove that wasn't a service animal. There's nothing to do. There's no fine, there's no jail time.
They have their service minutes.
It is
Crazy. Even though I would not
That
take a
and
dog in
people
the
leave
store.
alone.
Yeah, I would have
Like he's got a cobra.
They respect that.
Yeah,
I never even.
But what about
Yeah.
they just
Right, no, that's right. But don't, yeah, I know. It is,
And they
it's
don't
such a crazy.
All right, hold up. All right, 303-713-8255. The only number you need. By the way, don't forget live at troubleshooter.com. We take emails inside and out every single day. We solve problems over the weekends. We do them at night. 303-MARTINO, by the way. If you call it right after the show, it goes to our voicemails, and in the morning we'll call you. So don't forget, you got live at troubleshooter.com. And what's that other phone number there, Tom? 303.
Martino.
627-8466.
Okay, Jack, what's going on with you, Jack?
Hey, I have a quick question about Cobra insurance.
Yes.
So my wife is getting a new job, and her new company insurance doesn't start till July 1st.
Right.
And her last company wants to charge us $1,800 for 1 month of insurance.
Right. That's because Cobra is allowed to charge you your share and the company share for what they pay, and it's short-rated, so it's very expensive. There is no law that says they have to charge you a certain amount. They can charge you anything that they feel is justified. Here's the thing, Jack. In most cases, if you check with Integra Insurance Group, which is our health insurance expert, they will write you a temporary policy much, much cheaper.
Yeah, you had a life-changing event, so you can go right to the exchange right now. I don't know what your income is, but depending on the income, I mean, you will probably qualify for tax credits, and it would be way less than what you're talking about.
Yeah, but almost no one, Obamacare has basically rendered Cobra useless. Almost no one buys Cobra anymore.
Well, that's my question. If it was worth it to go to a private...
Yes, it is.
Call Integra.
You can buy a short-term, either catastrophic coverage or regular. You can buy short-term, and it's cheaper every time than Cobra, every single time.
The best advice we can give you is call Integra. That guy, John, will walk you through any option you've ever heard of.
Integra Insurance Group. Thank you, Jack. And Jack, I know who you are. You could have called us on the back line. I would have answered your call. Donna, that's Jack Lent from Lent Construction. BestBasementsDenver.com. Donna, what's going on?
Yeah, Tom, in regards to the service animals, most service animals are vested, and in the ESA animals, the emotional support, they are supposed to have a letter that certifies them that people need to use them. So if
No, it's not. It's not really a certification, Donna. It's a prescription. It's the doctor prescribes it for the service animal.
And as we said, you can go online and get one for $49.
Yeah, it's not required for a service animal to have a vest. That's completely false. So while people also get them, that's fine. But I could also go online and get one for my dog, and I know how to answer the questions. People should not do that.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you 100%. That's why I was saying it, because I just argued with somebody recently about support animals and who actually should be writing the letter. Should it be a trainer or somebody who actually knows the animal, not somebody who's seen it for 15 minutes and signs off?
It's a doctor who would say that I have found that this person can use this kitty cat to give it emotional support. I don't know, a psychiatrist or something.
Anything.
And it's not about the specific animal in the emotional support case. It's a cat would make her feel better.
Or a hamster. Seriously, anything.
But I don't believe the animal trainer is allowed to write that. I think they want to hear from a healthcare provider.
Dan keeps a lizard in his pants pocket.
Okay. Nate, what is your story about Pueblo?
Well, I got into an accident probably 2010. John Fuller actually handled the case.
Oh, that's very good. Thank you. He's
good. And a guy ran a stop sign, and I T-boned him.
Yeah.
I blew out all the glass and the tires on the car, and he still managed to get away. Well, I called the cops, of course, and they come down, and they're doing out the report, and the mail carrier comes up the street and asked if we were looking for the blue car that had gotten into an accident. And we said, yeah. And she said, well, he's a couple of blocks down the street over there. There's 3 cops standing there.
Pueblo.
And I said, well, let's go get them.
They were Pueblo police, right?
They were Pueblo police.
They're not going to go get them. They have their fingers stuck up their butts.
No, they were scared.
They can't drive that way. Their thumbs are up their butts.
Yeah. I said, well, ain't you going to go get them? He said, well, hell no, we're not going down there.
Yep. Yep. I wouldn't doubt it. Listen, the Pueblo police are useless. They're useless. I mean, come on. Why? Pueblo, I would like to know how many arrests they make in a year, and I'd like to know the sheriff's department what they do. Yet I can tell you to a fault how many donuts they eat, because they each average about a dozen a day, so you figure it out. These guys they truly are the stereotypical frickin' idiots, and a waste to the uniform. A waste. They don't enforce law in Pueblo City or Pueblo County, especially if you're a sexual pervert. You can go there, and it's a sanctuary city for sexual deviance. That's what Pueblo is. Come one, come all. Bring your oils. Bring all your sex toys. These guys are sick. Okay? We have had cases where women are crying for help, and Pueblo police did not bother to show up.
2 college students with a man knocking at their door.
Inside their dorm, and a guy screaming at them, trying to break in, and they did nothing, these dirty, rotten pieces of garbage. And the sheriff's department, the same thing. We had a woman yelling outside of a house and doing all kinds of vulgar things and threatening children, and they would not come. And now we have the other one where a woman caught red-handed with videotape of her stepdaughter. She videotaped her stepdaughter, had it on her phone, and showed people this girl masturbating, a 13-year-old girl, and this woman, her phone was confiscated, and Pueblo Sheriff's Department did nothing. If you live in Pueblo, you should be shocked. You should be shocked. This place, I swear to God, is a black spot on the map of Colorado. You see a little butthole when you look at Colorado. You see it. It's marked Pueblo. I am so sick and tired of the disgusting things that come out of that place. I'm sick and tired of it. And you people need to do something about it. You need to do something about it. You need to call authorities and tell them you want action from Pueblo police when it comes to sexual assaults, sexual harassment for these girls, and all of this exploitation.
And we've reached out.
They don't know how to handle it. We have called now 8 times. They will not answer our phone calls at the Public Information Office. I don't know what you people do, but you're paying a bunch of people in uniforms to do nothing. To do absolutely nothing. In fact, I defy anyone in Pueblo to tell me when law enforcement in Pueblo County or Pueblo City has ever done anything. I want one person to call, one person, to tell me a story other than you saw them at Dunkin' Donuts. I would like you to tell me a story, or other than shooting a radar gun to find speeders. Okay? That's what I would like you to tell me. Because when you call to report a crime, you get blah, 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 blah. They plug their ears and you hear them, and they don't want to listen. It's disgusting. And I'm telling you, you should call the district attorney and you should say, you know, or call a judge or call maybe state police. You know, we do have state police in Pueblo, right? Are they allowed to go into city limits? Maybe we ought to call state police.
It's not a bad idea.
Now, I don't know if it's the water down there. I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
There's a lot of meth down there, not kidding.
Well, God, a lot of meth. Why do you think they go there? Because they can probably snort and cook right in front of the police. Hey, bud, got some extra? I mean, what do you think? There's no enforcement. I want to thank Gigi Wink from Wink & Wink for being here, bankruptcy attorneys who do Chapter 7s and Chapter 13s. 303-410-1720, winkandwink.com. And, of course, Dana, thank you for being here along with Joshua from the Rocky Mountain ADA Center. And we're just out of time. And remember, the views expressed here are not of iHeart. It's me.
Hi, it's Dave Logan. You know, I met with the folks over in Online Trading Academy.
His little radar was going off in the back of his head.
Wait, what?
This motorhome thing.
You know what?
Think about the terrible. $48,000 for the medical bill so far. They're terrible because the brakes went out.
Oh.
And they want to
I
file
don't think I ever want to stop for
which
speeding.
probably.
I don't think we should go down there.
Don't go to Pueblo, right? No one's out of business. It was the bond company. No, they can file their bankruptcy at any time.
Thank you, Tom.
No, I Thanks,
guys.
So,
it was wonderful seeing you guys again.
In October. Back before the bankruptcy.
Did Nolan file bankruptcy?
Well, we don't know.
But that's the problem.
No,
People
always have questions.
Yes,
it's
good seeing you guys.
Yeah, great. Medical.
Hope you had fun.
Yeah, I had a blast. They should have taken out a bankruptcy. Thank you. Right?
I don't know how to get a lot of increase in local media.
Oh, yeah.
But what is it mostly about? Different from what we're
No, you're right. And he's better at it, because I wasn't tracking it.
We had a woman who was Norm, glass and blind, was thrown out of the door. Thank you, Gigi.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Tell Guy, seriously, I won't bother.
I will if I see him. Sometimes I see him in court and
disabilities
practice,
that
but
have PTSD.
The guy on that thing where she said.
Oh, I knew. She stuck up for him. People that.
I have a definite.
March. I thought there was a lot of.
We never thought that. Why would someone?
Have a good one. Bye, Tom.
Well, I mean, I did, but I didn't want him to.
I'm good. That was a great show. Great to see you too. Good luck.
Suspicions about the motorhome guy. I go back there and he's talking about the accident. Remember some brakes went out?
Max got a job too.
Yeah, the one that didn't get the tires.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a motorhome. Anyway,
It's a motorhome?
it's a motorhome.
I've never been
No
so
kidding.
bigger.
So it's worth nothing.
It gives me a more fuzzy
Especially if the
feeling.
brakes went out.
It's probably all right.
$40,000 for the
It's
medical
important
bill.
for us, thank you for letting us just
Say the word.
Well, he's talking about since they didn't disclose the brake problem, the brakes did go out.
What's that got to do with the salvage title? I was talking about
Nothing.
but you're right. With people, I don't. Is he
Nothing.
sending you the salvage title?
I've got to ask.
Excellent. And then here's the other thing. I don't even know how it works at the motorhome.
Thank you.
No idea.
Kim's role.
Neither, I guess.
So, okay, so your counterpart then.